The views expressed on this Turnbuckle Tabloid live stream or Turnbuckle Tabloid podcast episode do not reflect the views, thoughts, or opinions of the Rageworks brand, including the Rageworks podcast network, Rageworks content partners, advertisers, and affiliates. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
This is Larry Legend, and you are listening to... This is Larry Legend, and you're listening to the Turnbuckle Tabloid. I'll do it again, I'm sorry. This is Larry Legend, and you're listening to the Turnbuckle Tabloid Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
This is the world champion of House of Glory and the crown jewel champion, Anthony Gangone, and you're listening to Turnbuckle Tabloid.
No question I had to be. Tell me why you really mad at me. You been living in a dream world, now I'm only focused on reality. Can't be living in a dream world, no, a nigga need a little clarity. We was posted in a dream world, had to turn this shit into a tragedy. Like, no question it had to be. Tell me why you really mad at me. You been living in a dream world, now.
Let me ask you, as an artist, what matters to you more? You writing your lyrics first, or you finding the beat first? Because that's where I have like a conflict. Because I'll hear a beat and I'm like, yo, I gotta do something to this.
Yeah.
And then I'll just draw a blank. But then I'll have like a two-verser and I'll be like, yo, I can't run into a beat that matches this shit.
No, I think finding the beat first. Because you can't really dictate where you're going to go. Sometimes you just got to find something that finds you and then you go off of that energy. So to try to calculate, like, this is what I'm going to say. Now I need to find the perfect beat for that if I'm finding the words first. So if I find the beat, it just speaks to me. If I feel it.
But have you ever gotten to a situation where like you got like congested mind where it's like you had too much to say on the beat?
Yeah, hell yeah. Like the beat be too fire sometimes
Yes.
and I just love it and I just want to hear the beat
Yes.
over and over.
Yes.
And I can't write to it. But those beats get tucked. But when the idea comes, you gotta act on it. You can't put that shit off. You can't prolong it because
man, I'm a nigga who listens to YouTube and like I have like if I showed you look, I'll show you right now.
Yeah.
I got a playlist, right? Where it got at least 300 beats on it. Because I'll listen to YouTube beats all day.
Yeah.
See, look, this one got 207. You see, like, it's a bunch of playlists.
Yeah.
This one got 74, 15, 131, 384. Because I'm listening to beats and then I'll go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But I always thought that it also played to like who you working with, because if a producer would play to your flow, you know, and that's what I always thought about it. Like, if you were just writing to whatever generic or instrumentals you got, that's what you wrote to. But when it came to your writing and what you wanted to put out there, there's a producer will sit there and go, I got something for you. And
that's why I started producing for myself, because the YouTube beats, to like go against your point on YouTube beats, 1 million people be coming across those YouTube beats. So it's not like it's exclusive for me. And if I hear a YouTube beat, I gotta settle. But I became the producer who caters to what my sound is, what my ear is. So that what you was just playing, produced by me.
So let me
feel me, cheap plug.
So let me let me ask this, right? Jim Johnston.
For WWE.
He's
the GOAT who should be in the Hall of Fame.
Right. He's known to just create something from scratch. But he's also known to base it off of the wrestler.
Right. He sees the wrestler. Yeah, right.
So do you think, like, I'm trying to figure out his thought process.
No,
because
I think with him, it's different because he looks at the wrestler, he sees the gimmick, he sees what the look is. And like when, let's say for instance, like with a Razor Ramon, you look at the gimmick, you see what it is, and you look back and you play around with it, and you'll say, maybe I could, play with a Spanish.
he snapped when he made voices. Did he make voices? Radio in?
No.
No.
That's an actual band who made that.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's different.
What was his last tenure?
Hey. Oh, I thought you were talking about Randy Orton.
No.
Nothing
why
you can say.
Yes.
No, but I'm saying when you listen to like a,
Oh, this one's great.
It's
Yeah,
on
but there's
some-
no lyrics to that though.
But that's Tango and Cash. That's what the fuck that is. That's that era. It was so when he cooked that up, it was relevant to what was going on in that time.
A lot, and what was significant about that was that I remember reading. I don't think it was I believe it was an interview where he basically said like, wrestling entrance music need like that significant starting sound. Like with Stone Cold, you had that glass break. With Razor Ramon, even Mick Foley, you had that car crash.
right.
With The Rock, you had that If You Smell, and then Undertaker, you had that dong. Like there was significant.
Kane, you had the pyro.
No, but even
Triple H was just a guitar,
but even
the
like
guitar
Edge,
riff.
yeah, Edge.
Think you can know me.
No, Edge is a band, it's a separate band. It's, shit. Even
Roman Reigns.
yeah, Roman is that
Shield.
Yeah. That the Shield. The funny thing about the Shield is actually when you listen to the Shield, it's actually Taz's intro, but slowed down. When Taz came into WWE,
ECW Taz?
yeah, when he came to WWF, they took it. Remember, it was a beep, beep, beep.
Great. I can listen to that one all day.
And they slowed it down and they gave him that the Shield at it. It was easy to do. Sean, what was your like? What's your iconic theme song?
Iconic theme song for me, and well, this is like D-Generation X. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You hear that, and it's just like everything just changes because you know who's coming.
yeah.
And that beat was tough too.
That beat was amazing.
I didn't know that rock could sound like hip
I ain't
hop.
gonna lie.
right?
Because that shit,
It's
that shit
incredible.
sound like
I-
hip hop.
Dude, I have that on my Apple Music. That song.
I think
I listen to
X-Pac's
it every
version
once in
is
a
better,
while.
man.
You think X-Pac's version is
Nah,
better?
X-Pac
The
version
orig-
is better.
Really?
X-Pac.
Well, hold on.
I'll put the
2 tears
DMC
in the
version
bucket.
over that one.
Listen.
Love it.
We
The Run DMC version was better than the X-Pac version, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't like the X-Pac
Crazy
version
take.
too
Yo,
much.
we here, man. We Turnbuckle Tabloid. Rageworks is the network, right?
Getting right into it.
Third Announcers Table podcast.
We in the building.
Feel me?
Are you
All
ready?
day. All day I've been,
Are you
you know,
ready?
kind of mellow. We just came back from HOG.
Shouts out to HOG.
Last week we were at Violence and Suffering. But we here. It's the Third Announcers Table. Red said that he thought we would quit after the third episode. I think, what is this, 5 now?
Did Red really say that?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
crazy.
man.
That's crazy. Dedication.
Why?
Dedication, right? So obviously this proves that we are in
The thick of things.
no, not just that. We were talking about tiers of wrestling fans.
Yes.
We are in what? The second or third tier?
I think we're tier 2 officially.
I would say I'm tier 3.
I believe I'm tier 3, but y'all disqualified me from doing that. So.
But it's your boy, Mark Baze. That's MARC-BAZE, aka Marco Bezo, aka Marco713. Here with the Third Announcers Table. We got a special guest, but before we introduce our special guest, I'm gonna pass it to my guy, Wrestling Reem.
It's your boy, Wrestling. Please drop the W because they all mines. You feel me? RASSLIN Reem. You feel me? Listen, I'm talking, listen, from now until April 7th, you don't need the W on my name because they going to the bloodline.
Wow,
That's a
I'm an
fact.
honorary oos.
that was big, right?
You
there.
feel me?
I'm
Listen.
I'm mad at you for that shit, bro.
Listen, hey,
I'm
look,
mad at you for that
Red,
shit.
you dubbed me Wrestling Reem. You told me drop the W, so I kept them to myself.
Wow,
but I'm handing them out
that's
to my
crazy.
other bloodline members. I'm an honorary oos.
I gotta congratulate you. I gotta congratulate you
Really?
because you had a goal, right? You said by the summertime I want to be at 100 followers, and with the Wrestling Ring page, you've already surpassed 300 followers because of the consistency.
How many black people you know like wrestling?
Honestly, yo, you know what it is? Here's the thing with black fans and wrestling, right? It's like, it's almost, I swear, it feels like a secret society. It's like, oh, word, you like wrestling too? And I'll be looking at them like, yeah, I do. Like, listen, to all my African Americans that listen to the Turnbuckle Tabloid.
And all the blacks across the diaspora.
Yes. It's time.
Holla.
It's time.
Not holla.
We promote the culture. If you look at NXT, we run that. You feel me? If you look at what's really, really going on with wrestling these days, you got Swerve about to be AEW champion. We control the tempo as far as what's happening here. Vince, he's no longer in charge. You feel me? We got Tony Khan. I'm not sure of his actual background, but he might be half something. But
Yo.
Half something.
half some. We just gonna call him that, half some.
You talking Tony Khan or Nick Khan?
Tony.
Okay.
Tony. I know Nick. We ain't gonna talk about Nick, but Tony looked like he down with the squad. You feel me?
I get that.
But as far as, just being black and being proud of wrestling, we had, Big E as champion. We had Kofi as champion. We got Swerve about to be AEW champion because I do believe he's going to be Samoa Joe this weekend. It's a good time. Wrestling, as the great one said in his 21-minute rant, wrestling is cool again.
Jesus Christ. We'll get to it. I'm going to move on from that shit.
And then we got a special guest over here.
Oh, of course. I want to introduce and bring in my nephew, my godson, my boy, big wrestling fan himself, my boy. I'm so proud that this is your first podcast, right, bro?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
First ever.
It's shit. Like, my boy, Shawn Shinobi's in the building.
Glad to be here, man.
The
Thank
artist
you.
is in the building.
The artist.
The artist is in the building. Before I continue on with you, how can we bless him in the building? How can we acknowledge it?
I gotta ask him.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Do you acknowledge your tribal chief?
Absolutely.
Okay,
100%.
he's blessed. That's it. He's blessed. Throw the ones in the sky, y'all.
Ones in the sky.
Throw the
ladies
ones in
and
the
gentlemen. We got some haters in the building,
Yeah.
but it's all good. We'll see.
He's welcome
We'll see if
anytime,
those
y'all.
middle fingers are still up after WrestleMania. All right.
April 7th, we gonna be drinking tears, baby.
Tears on deck, baby.
Wow.
Head to the bar.
Wow. And we're on that note. You guys, what you got coming up? What we have? What we have on the card?
We gonna lead into the entrance music of the week. Now, I'm not sure of the exact title of this one, but it was definitely relative to my mood. Cause I had a little personal week. My entrance music of the week is Mankind's entrance music, his debut. That eerie, sad shit. I swear that's how I was feeling because, on a personal note, Mark, you know this, next week is supposed to be the third anniversary of Dysfunctional Date. And
Will it be this one?
Schizophrenia.
it's yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's how I was feeling when I looked at the canon and I'm like, yo, it's the first Thursday. Ain't no real, you know what I'm saying? And it hit me kind of hard. But, I'm blessed and I'm grateful to be in the position that I'm in. Shouts out to Marco, 713. You know what I mean? Shouts out to Red.
Yeah, maybe lower down because it's just too much. Go ahead.
Nah, and that's how I felt. It hit me hard because as prideful as I am, not being able to not necessarily continue it, but just to accept the fact that it isn't happening. It really, yesterday was a tough day for me where I literally looked at the calendar and I was like, yo, we ain't doing it this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And just let the people know what Dysfunction Date is.
So Dysfunctional Date was a live improv event that I pretty much created with the thought process of it being an alternate I wanted it to be its own universe, similar to how wrestling is, where you had different type of content creators coming in an improv setting and just doing your thing. And for the last 2 years, you know, we had literally sold out shows,
killing it.
You know what I mean? Shouts out to Mark. He performed there a few times. And it was something that, you know, I took pride in. And this year, I'm not going to sit here and say that we won't have a show, but I do know that for the anniversary, there isn't no show, and it kind of hit me hard. So I was feeling like that interest music. That was the only thing relative to me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Very depressing. not like that.
No, I get it.
Not in a dismissive way.
That's what I said. I'm like,
like,
oh, you know, that's fits, the only one that hits.
Yeah. It's crazy that you went with...
Hold on.
Yeah, it's crazy that you went with Mick Foley's theme, because I went in a different direction for my mood, for my entrance music mood of the week. And I'm going with the Don Callis family entrance.
Wow.
Straight to business. All right?
Straight to business.
We don't need no introduction, no none of that. I'm firing off. We ready. I know y'all were a little concerned about my energy. Feel me? I fell asleep on the train over here. I told Red, I'm like, I'm tired. He's like, really? Damn, why you ain't let me know? I'm like, one monkey don't stop no show. You feel me?
Hey, listen.
So we jumping in. I don't need niggas to like me. Like The Rock said, whether you like it, whether you love it, whether you hate it, it doesn't matter. Third Announcers Table is here to stay. I'm here for business. It's been an amazing week in wrestling.
I gotta interject. You've been bashing The Rock this whole time. I can't let you get away with that.
We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that.
Cool.
He's finally done some things that's worth, you know, being on his side.
So do you acknowledge your tribal chief?
No, I do not. now, it's an amazing time to be a wrestling fan. We are literally
5 weeks.
5 weeks. You know, tomorrow's a...
Speaking of Mick Foley,
it's AEW Revolution. I said I had another one because this was kind of like a parody. Call me Nick Wayne. I'm Nick Wayne.
Really?
It's an interesting one.
I'm about to go insane.
Why do you feel that way?
Best Wayne since the Carter.
Ooh.
Please, baby. I'm about to leave the belt and I'm about to leave with the belt and somebody's daughter.
Oh.
It's boss.
Nick Wayne.
Oh, shit.
Young upstart, ready to take over the building.
Christian Cage's son.
Here we go. This that shit.
That actually sounds like something you would rhyme over.
This that shit.
This sounds like
This is my energy. Is it Saturday or not? Here we go.
Call me Nick Wayne. I'm Nick Wayne. I'm about to go insane.
This sounds like something you would rhyme over.
Is it Saturday or what? I need all the sexy ladies to get up to the dance floor. All the fellas, if y'all spend money on them bottles, let's get them bottles going. Tip the bartenders. We in here. We on Turnbuckle Tabloid or what? Are we up? Are we up?
Oh, this gonna be a
If
lit
we up,
episode.
if we up, can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
All right, let's go. Let's pass it.
Yeah, do you have something right now? Or?
Triple H is the game. I just feel like,
why?
because, you know, I just feel like I've been on a mission this past year and a half, you know, with my own personal ventures, with my design company and my clothing brand. I just got this real chip on my shoulder. So it's been like, you know, I've just been in tunnel mode, locked in. I think about how, you know, Triple H took 8 months to come back from that quad injury. And when he finally comes, oh my God, the greatest return. And mind you, at one point I was making clothes, but then like I took a dormant period. And in that time, I've just been building, yo. Like I've got like content that'll last me years. So when I finally come back, I want it to be just like this.
Come back, you here now.
I'm here now.
You don't put it out to the public. You
You're
here
right.
now.
Just wait, guys.
You
Just
here
wait.
now.
Just wait. It's
You
coming.
move at your pace, you here now.
Red, what's your interest in music mood of the week?
You know what's crazy? It's a weird fucking week for me because honestly,
Man, the last time we was here, you went with the Val Venus. So for you to say that, I'm worried about what you about to say.
and I had a double.
Oh my God.
I had a double for that, but I'm not. I'm gonna try to keep it. No, I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm like,
What we dealing with?
I think this will be it. It's this is what it is. This week was bad when it came to work, bro. It was crazy. Like, honestly, work was ridiculous. So I had to go with my man Steven Regal.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yo, you don't even know.
Elaborate. What's going on, man? Elaborate.
Work was bad, yo.
What's going on, man? Elaborate.
Yo, I was on break and they called for me to help them in crisis. And I'm like, dude, like, you don't need me. I've trained you guys to do this. Why the fuck? And it's every time I would sit there, lay my head down, ready to take some kind of fucking nap or relaxation, and the pager goes off and it's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
And if I know they page more than twice, it's like, it's because they want me there. So I got to walk into a situation where it's a naked woman who doesn't want to take their medications. And I'm like, wow. Hey, yeah, it's my job. And I got to sit there and go, you know what?
You have some leftover energy, huh?
Do you get that
for Valentine's Day?
Do you get that on the back end? Like if you say like, all right, if I spend 5 minutes on the field during my break, I get that.
Well, you know, I
take
it.
Okay.
I take it.
All right.
You know, because whenever they go back, oh, you didn't come back on time.
Yeah,
hit the wrist. We're good. But that's that was me this week.
Before we jump into the recaps, Reen,
what's good?
You've been to your first indie show.
Yes.
First indie shows, 2 weeks back to back.
Oh
back
my
to back.
God.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Are you feeling like tier 3 of a wrestling fan?
Yo.
I am. I will say this. The indie shows have been more entertaining than AEW.
Oh my God. Yes.
You guys hear that?
Yes.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Like yes.
I've been sitting there like fanning out on some like, oh shit. Like I can't tell you how many times I done said oh shit at an indie show versus how many times I just said oh shit watching AEW. And I will say this. I'm actually thinking about, you know, covering these indie shows. Giving them more of a spotlight on some the same way I would cover, you know, all the major companies.
Wow.
We should be highlighting these indie shows.
Yeah.
Because these guys go out there and they give their all.
Yeah.
And what I appreciate most about the indie shows is that they understand that whatever the fans give them, it's based off of what they provide and vice versa.
Yeah.
So if you half-assing it, the crowd is going to chant that you half-assing it. Mm-hmm. But if you really, like, I was watching the video the other day where we was chanting,
Leo?
No.
Reed? It's February?
Dog Daddy.
Dog Daddy.
What's his name? We gave him that chant based off his interest and Akira. Shouts out to Akira. Shouts out to Reed as well. Shouts out to Leo. Shouts out to all the indie wrestlers that's getting it. I got a funny story. Shouts out to Leo Rush too, because we were about to take a picture and my phone fucking died. And I'm so mad about that because now he's on the other side of the fucking planet and he's not coming back until God knows when. So I'll never know when I'll get that picture.
Well, Shawn, you too had been introduced to the indie world like not too long ago.
Yeah, I remember one time, it was years ago actually. You took me to my very first indie show, and the main event, from what I remember, the main event was Rob Van Dam and Amazing Red.
Yes.
Wow. And one of the matches, Matt Stryker was performing as well. Yeah. That was my first ever indie show. And it was great. It was the best thing I'd ever fucking seen. My God. Like I got to watch somebody I grew up watching in the ring live.
Yeah.
Like to see Rob Van Dam pull off that Rolling Thunder was like, yo.
You know what's the best thing is that, and Mark would say, is that when you go to an indie show, and the guy that you're watching from years past is actually not bad, that they can actually still work.
Yeah.
It was like he was doing moves like he had just left the training center yesterday.
Yeah.
It's like basketball, man. It's like they're not.
You never
bums.
really lose it.
They're just not NBA ready.
Yeah.
Or they're not NBA caliber. You know what I mean?
To your point about what they give to the crowd, like it's just on the lower level, but you're right. It's more intimate. You feel a part of the show.
Yeah.
Right.
And
They acknowledge you more than, say, a character from WWE or a character from AEW. I think AEW taps in a little bit more than WWE, but there's a different type of like feel when you're cheering for somebody because they show you that they're actually hearing what you say versus someone just in there just sticking to the match.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that alone gives them an extra boost to make them go that much harder. And I'm telling you, there's 2 shows that's happening in March. I know there's like the 22nd or 23rd. There's like some show that's happening in Jersey. I don't know if you guys are interested in going, but I'm trying to go to that one.
Okay.
I actually got the flyer from the first indie show that I went to.
Yeah.
So
Nah, I stay local. Fuck that. I don't go too far.
he's an indie connoisseur. Listen, we media now, right? We gotta make these rounds.
We gotta cover it.
We gotta make these rounds.
Y'all make the rounds. Like for me, and you bring it back to the show, that makes it fucking even better for me because I ain't got to do the shit. Because in all honesty, it's just the same thing I do for Whole Milk. Shout out to Whole Milk Mike. He puts in that work as well. But I'm like, nah, man.
we can't shout out Whole Milk Mike too much because he's a Cody Rhodes fan.
What? Oh,
we've spoken outside and yeah, man. I told him I'm drinking his tears all April 7th.
Oh God! But leading into that, all right. So what you guys got on the table right now, man?
On the recaps, we got Sting's last match is tomorrow, right? And y'all were looking at me crazy, and I've been very quiet because the whole bus ride home, I heard a lot of AEW slander. Maybe I've contributed to some of the AEW slander, but I watched AEW in full this Wednesday.
Oh yeah,
and it was a phenomenal show. You know,
for you.
This being my job now, one of my occupations.
You're occupied?
One of my occupations. It's up to me. What May say? People rely on me for the truth. Right? They rely on me for the truth. So I get it. AEW is easy to be a punching bag because they knew. And there's a lot of things that they're going to mess up with, right? Tony Khan is a huge wrestling fan. But this past Wednesday, I have nothing bad to say about the show. So we're going to run down a couple takeaways from the show, right?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Sean, are you watching AEW?
No.
It's cool.
I like Sean.
I hardly watch WWE these days because it's like my schedule just doesn't match up with the.
You can't even go on YouTube to like
Sometimes, I'll go on YouTube and watch highlights if I can catch like a match or two. But like AEW,
I'm gonna tell you why I watch AEW this week because wrestling, as The Rock been saying,
It's cool again.
Not only that, it's cool because
facts.
it's been cool. As a wrestling fan, it's been cool. It was just some under the table type shit, like Secret World Vampire type shit. And if you know, you know.
If you got the password, you're cool.
Right. Wrestling is in a space where it's super exciting to be a wrestling fan, where it's like, I haven't had this feeling since I was 6, 7, 8 years old.
Wow. That's cool. That's a big look.
It's like, I want more. Damn, this shit is off. What's the next wrestling thing that's happening right now? I need more.
I wouldn't go that far back. I would go back as far back as Rock Cena. Because when we think about it, when Rock came back and he was fighting Cena, that was like
that's for all you tier 2 fans. That's for the tier 2 fans.
All right, hold on. And Sean doesn't know the tier, so he's like he's learning it. But yes, that is that realm that it is. But it's okay. Whatever brings you back to what wrestling is, that's what's cool. There was someone put a post on one of the Facebook pages I follow it, and then he said that wrestling is for everybody.
it is.
To be a wrestler is not. And I'm like,
Right.
I gotcha. I get that. And nowadays, when it comes to what's happening, especially how accessible wrestling is and how wrestling should be for the masses when it comes to the women's division, when it comes to tag teams, whatever it is, it should be open to the masses, but at the same time, who you are like looking towards, you're not getting it, especially with AEW. O'Shea Jackson, we talked about with the interview, right?
Yes.
I met you on that. And Reem,
O'Shea Jackson pretty much echoed everything that I feel as far as like
AEW.
me being a WWE loyalist, tapping into the AEW market.
Right.
Like if I'm someone who's watching AEW for the first time, or maybe if it's been just a month straight where I'm like, okay, I'm seeing what's happening, and somebody just randomly returns and I don't know who the fuck that is. As a wrestling connoisseur overall, you shouldn't make me feel away or less than because I don't know who that is. The program itself should present itself in a way where the backstory is almost like a given, or the fan that's sitting to my right or the fan that's sitting to my left should be open to the fact of saying, you know what? He doesn't know what the fuck going on. Let me educate him. Versus you trying to bring me down to say, oh, you're not a real wrestling fan, or you're not tapped in because you don't know who the fuck Wardlow is, or you don't know who shit.
let me just see if I could get this on. Hold on.
I know such and such who did. Who gives a damn? Like, I need you. All right, inform me, bro, or at least have your programming in a way to let people know why you should love this dude, why you should fuck with this guy. That's something that I feel like is missing. Conan, when I was on his podcast, he brought up when you watch UFC and they give you a little backstory about this dude, backstory about that dude. What this guy's had to go through, what he's done, and vice versa. And then they put him in the room and they cuss each other out. And then by watching those videos, you've picked a side of who you're with. That's missing from that. What they have is this niche group of people who watch all of these wrestling shows and they're already in the know. So when they see these names together, it is a dream match for them. But you're trying to sell this to American television, baby. You got to movie that up a little bit. You got to give me some cinema to follow, something to hold on to besides the announce team.
I want to
running down a list for me while this dude's walking down the ramp.
Video?
Yes.
I feel like that's missing.
Wait. First of all, when I heard him speak like that, I heard your voice. I swear.
Really?
I thought you sound like I thought my Godson sounded just like that.
I do agree with what he's saying though.
Here's my thing.
You have to sell it.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
No.
I want to say this. When I first started doing Turnbuckle Tabloid, that was the energy that I had. Because I remember telling you guys, I'm like, yo, I don't watch AEW. And I remember you got to open your palate. You got to, I'm like, yo, bro.
But listen. It's the same thing when I tell you when we go to indie shows and I'm like, yo, this is a guy who does it, whatever. And you're like, oh, okay. But like, this is why you don't really watch AEW. Is this the reason why you don't watch it?
Because I barely know, the match cards are interesting, but I don't know why they're happening. Right. I like storylines. I'm sorry. I love a good storyline. And I don't feel like AEW does a good job of that.
Yeah.
And
at least promoting it,
as a new company, there aren't many companies that do a great job at storylines, right? Mm-hmm. So AEW being 4 years old?
It's 4 years.
You should be already in the mix.
No,
though.
I mean we can say what it should be, right?
It should be in the mix.
WWE has
set the standard.
WWE set the standard, and when we look for what the standard should be, we look to WWE, right?
Right.
So how do you set yourself apart? They already got the infrastructure to be the competitor to WWE.
Right.
Yeah.
We can go the easy route and go with the foundation that's been laid, but then it just looks like WWE TV. This is from the perspective of the creatives. This is from the perspective of the creatives who's creating this. If we go this route and take the formula that WWE laid, we just look like WWE. So how do we do something different? And I'm not saying that they're I'm not saying that they're not failing at certain things, but they're 3 years in. There's things
but here's my thought about this. It's like automatically the new kid on the block became the second greatest.
I disagree.
Wrestling promotion.
I mean, because of backing and marketing and shit like that.
That's what it was. But They just came on the market.
They just
that
got
year.
here. How do you jump TNA like that?
Yeah, exactly.
But who had the money? Who had the money that they were? It comes down to marketing dollars, advertisement, all of that.
Like automatically, it's the fan base that brought them up to that level, and it's like, how?
I remember there being.
You think it's just a fan base?
TNA's been here for so many years.
I remember there being a lot of hype behind AEW before a single match got even.
Bump them up as the second greatest, and it's only because media put them up that way.
Yeah.
No.
That's what it is.
I gotta interject. Here's why I think AEW got the buzz that it did. Because at the time, the E was marketed as just pure entertainment. Like they strayed as far away as they could from wrestling to the point where they don't even refer to themselves as wrestlers. They refer to themselves as superstars. When it came to AEW, you saw it as, you were going to get the purest wrestling match that you could.
But you still had TNA in there. You still had Ring of
TNA
Honor.
TNA didn't have the major plug.
So how did automatically, just because we launched a new promotion, that they go to the second?
That's not the reason. That's not why they went to the second. Look at the stars who went over to AEW, who validated it.
That all in show was kind of serious.
The first major superstar they signed was who? Chris Jericho coming
Cody
over.
Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. Chris Jericho. And
so
remember, Cody. Hold on. No. Remember, Cody built his name on the independence. He wasn't already an established name that people were like.
Okay, so no. Before you
let me finish this point.
Go ahead.
Chris Jericho went over to AEW, and we know Chris Jericho returns to WWE. They're epic. They're always epic. Whenever he returns, it seems like, damn, this nigga was just. It's a big deal, right? So Chris Jericho jumped ship. Somebody who we thought was a WWE lifer for maybe after the 4 times he came back. Then you had Dean Ambrose go over. Right. John Moxley go over there.
Because everybody sat there and was mad at WWE and they needed another job.
WWE was not.
And it's fine.
WWE was not in a position that they are right now where wrestling is quote unquote cool. Nobody was looking at WWE like that when AEW first started off. That's why people were fiending for an alternative.
It was for the purists who cared about the actual technical side versus the story side of wrestling.
At the end of the day, Cody co-signed on them and it boosted them to that second one.
Stop
it.
Cody was not that big of a name.
He was killing in New Japan.
But he wasn't that big of a name, bro.
There's a million people who killing in New Japan.
We're gonna do a discussion about that, and possibly Homework is sitting here, and Homework will probably even interject in this. But at the same time, definitely, there's no way that you leapfrog from a New Japan, TNA Impact that you had, and you automatically became the second.
Here's what I think what gave AEW the boost, because there were so many haters of the E.
So you don't believe that if Cody wasn't co-signed to AEW, that they would have still been the second?
Without the work that he did on the indies.
The same projection.
But this is what I'm saying.
The same boost that AEW had, TNA had back in the day.
Came in with just the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega tied to Tony Khan, would have still been the boosted up?
Because there were people who were anti-storyline. There were people who were anti coming into the ring and doing a 15-minute promo. They cared about the pro wrestling aspect of things, and AEW provided that as much as they needed.
This is what's wholeheartedly agree, because I really think people underestimate the lengths that a hater will go to see their downfall. Honestly, there are hate watchers out there. There are hate watchers out there. Yeah, there are people out there that will watch AEW, support AEW, and breathe AEW just because they don't like WWE and what they're doing.
But here's what, and
now, do I think it's enough to carry AEW to that level? No, I do think signing Cody Rhodes and Chris Jericho helped a little bit. Yes, there's both. Two things can be true. Two things can 100% be true.
Cody was part of making it happen.
This is what's wrong with the wrestling industry right now, and what you all are bringing up the example of. I try to get into a recap of AEW, and immediately I get into a discussion on. Immediately, I get into a discussion.
You know what? You're right.
Y'all get into a discussion on why people don't watch AEW. Did y'all watch AEW? Did you watch Dynamite?
Yes, I did.
What did you think of the show this past Wednesday? Just this show.
I actually thought that I turned it off after The 9 o'clock hour.
Okay, so let's go through the recap.
Speaks to the point.
Quick
Yeah,
recap.
yeah.
So, Samoa Joe is a savage on the microphone.
Samoa Joe is pound for pound.
Agreed.
Samoa Joe,
he's always been a
pound
savage.
for pound. Unless I'd put CM Punk in that conversation, and I know this is gonna sound crazy. The recent tear that Drew McIntyre has been on, he has to show me a little bit more.
God, we're talking about AEW.
But wait, hold on, hear me out. Pound for pound, Samoa Joe is the best on the microphone.
When he gets into savagery,
He's the best on the microphone because he targets something that he knows the crowd is going to react to.
Which is okay. But I still, at the same time, it's like you're in a storyline that no one really is like invested in.
That's
because
cat.
How is it cat? Because
Paige and Swerve is
no one cares about Paige.
It's a nomination for the best feud of the year.
Okay.
It's I'm not saying it's the best. I'm saying it's a nomination.
Paige is the worst. It's a
Name
horrible.
a feud that's better.
Then who? Paige?
Paige and Swerve.
There's two things. It's anyone
Name
cares.
one.
There's only two that anybody care about. It's Samoa Joe and Swerve. That's it.
All right. So outside of that, can you name at least two other feuds, no matter what the promotion, that are in the conversation for feud of the year outside of Swerve and Paige?
No. You know who cared about AEW's their feud?
Answer the question, Red.
No, I'm telling you right now. You know who cared about Swerve's and Paige's feud? AEW fans. Nobody else in wrestling cared about it. Once they did that bluff,
that don't make it more. That don't make it less.
Once they did that bluff feud, it should have been done.
But that doesn't take away from what they're
Why
putting
do a
on
bluff
TV.
feud and then bring it back again?
What do you mean bluff?
Why do a bluff
blood?
feud and then bring it back? A bluff feud is an end. Why would you bring it back again?
But this is the thing. This is the thing. I understand what you're saying. Like, there needs to be a concrete end to a feud, right? And I'm going to go through my AEW recap. Y'all are not going to continue to sabotage this shit.
Let me go pitch. You guys are. Pitch.
I get what you're saying, but wrestling is in a new place, right? Like,
Get the fuck out of here.
It is.
It's in a.
It is.
We're seeing storylines evolve.
Kayfabe goes beyond what you see on TV.
Oh, James, don't kill me.
Kayfabe goes beyond. Kayfabe taps into social media now. Kayfabe taps into all types of elements where the wrestler itself has to be in character outside of the Mondays, the Wednesdays, the Fridays. I understand that when wrestlers go onto a interview, they have to somewhat stay in character to make sure that that individual is tapped in to what is being produced on the regular basis. If Swerve goes onto an interview and bigs up Paige, it takes away from what's happening. He has to go on an interview now and trash Paige. Not saying that AEW is tapped in with that, but what I'm saying is this. When it comes to that in particular feud, and I'm a WWE loyalist, I'm investing in that to the point where I'm just like, shit, I actually got a horse in that race. I think Swerve is going to win the world title. I wouldn't be mad if Samoa Joe retains, and I wouldn't feel a way if Paige gains it. But from what I've seen, and this is me being a WWE loyalist, I'm saying that is the one feud that has been carrying AEW all of 2024.
So as I was trying to say, and I agree with you, as I was trying to say in my recap, this started the show off, right? So even if you're not interested in AEW, that segment got you interested. Of course. And we can't sit here in front like WWE hasn't been like lagging with the storylines.
Bloodline storylines.
They just tied the pieces together. Since the Royal Rumble, we went 2 weeks. We went 2 weeks since the Royal Rumble where storylines didn't make any sense. They were picking up in other places, but in the main picture, the storyline just started to make sense. So let's stick with AEW for about 5 minutes if we can.
Nah, we gonna rock out with AEW because there's a lot to talk about.
So Samoa Joe savagery, right? I agree with what you're saying. The best
pound for pound
on the mic. When he gets into that savage mode, when he just start cooking people and he seems like an authentic person. You know when Samoa Joe is not the best? When he's doing shit like what he did at Wale Mania last year.
Stop it, bro. My boy was dropping bars, bro. Stop it.
He wasn't dropping bars. He was off beat. He was off beat. Bro. He was off beat. Allow me to reintroduce. Oh, my name is Oh. No. Yo.
He's gonna hear this. We're gonna be at Wrestlemania this year.
You know what?
He's gonna hear this and he's gonna remember this.
Listen, I jack Samoa Joe, but when you do that white people can't dance, you know that shit?
He was doing the bootleg shmoney dance.
No. You know that shit that Sami Zayn was doing in the Bloodline?
Stop it, bro.
You know that shit that Road Dogg does with his legs?
Road Dogg has some juice to him. Sami Zayn was a different breed.
That's when Samoa Joe is not cooking. But the line where he said, "Yeah, you guys are hungry superstars," where he was paying it forward
leaving
to
y'all
them.
starving.
I'm leaving y'all starving.
Boss.
He was cooking.
Boss.
Cooking. So
let me ask you this. Not to segue, but remove Samoa Joe. Who is your top 3 boss spitters right now? You got to include Drew McIntyre in there. Right now.
Drew McIntyre is definitely in there.
You got to include Roman Reigns in there right now.
No.
What?
No.
And I'll go this far as saying I will give Cody Rhodes that last third spot because the fans love him, but I don't think his bars hit me as hard. You feel me?
No.
But as far as the bars droppers, that's my top 3.
No, you
and I give Cody Rhodes. I give Cody Rhodes that by default.
If you wasn't so, what he said, if you wasn't so stupid, you'll be a little bit smarter.
Yeah.
Listen, how you gonna leave LA Knight out of the bars dropper?
Listen.
True.
As
Can't leave LA Knight out.
As much as we're in the chocolate session right now, I'm gonna drop a little cream in here. Yo, homo. Let them know. Let them know. Let the cream let them know.
The Cody Rhodes
who you got for
supporter.
the best
Okay.
promos right now?
Best promos right now?
Yeah.
No. When we say bars, we mean like they
promos.
Hold on. No. It's not just promos. You going back and forth with an individual to the point where you just like, oh shit.
You got one-liners. You got quota boosts from your promo.
I dropped Drew McIntyre. 2024 Drew McIntyre. Bro, there's only like about maybe 3 wrestlers who's better. Better. I'm talking about like if you put them in
Joe. Who specific are you saying? Who's
Joe right now versus Drew McIntyre right now?
Jeez.
That's a tough one. I might go Drew. Only because of the fact that Drew is not afraid to tap into old shit that made him look less than. Samoa Joe, he hit you hard, but Drew is not afraid to say, yo, yeah, I did that, but the whole scheme of the shit is what I'm going to hit you with. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When he came at CM Punk, he tapped into the whole Chosen One storyline. Yeah. He tapped into the whole, when he was fucking with Seth, he tapped into that, yeah, I lost, but blase. There hasn't been a moment in the past 2 months where Drew has got one-upped. So that's why I'm saying Drew has to be in that conversation. We throwing Samoa Joe in there, and I, by default, only because CM Punk is injured, I have to give that spot to Roman Reigns. But CM Punk, if he's healthy, he's coming for the juggler.
You have not even said LA Knight's name. And
here's my thing with LA Knight. LA Knight is here's my thing with LA Knight.
We're talking about bars, not his
when it comes to bars, I feel like he's a PG spitter.
Okay.
Oh my God.
He's a PG spitter. He ain't really tap into that.
So he do it for the kids?
Low key.
I mean, that's the WWE's audience. That's
true.
That's
right.
The audience
But then
kids.
for me to say Drew McIntyre is doing what he's doing, bro, I don't want to hear that. Because at the end of the day, when I tune in to a Drew McIntyre promo because I know whoever he's going up against, whether it's Cody, whether it's CM Punk, he's gonna hold his own. With LA Knight, I know he's gonna cater to that PG audience in the sense of saying like, hey, all right, here goes my whatever, but it's only gonna be a one-liner versus. It's not that LA Knight doesn't have the caliber to do it. But
you putting Cody in there by default. R-Truth is in there before Cody with his promos.
All right.
Bar spitters?
Stop
bar
it, bro.
I'm talking about bar spitters.
Bro.
Cody is a passionate...
Stop it, bro.
Cody is a passionate
you said
promo.
R-Truth.
R-Truth.
You said
Ron
R-Truth.
Killings.
Stop it, bro.
R-Truth.
Stop it, bro.
Listen, Cody is a passionate promo, but I'm getting... I don't even know why we still on AEW. Why we still on WWE?
We're not going to tap into the WWE yet, but you said R-Truth is in the caliber of bar spitters.
We're talking about the triple threat, right?
His punchlines.
We're talking about a top
the promo
3.
on Wednesday. Samoa Joe comes off as a legit badass, does he not?
Yes, he does.
That promo that he dropped on the recent Rampage Dynamite, was in the caliber of saying, yeah, I'm a top 3 bar spitter. When we talking about Drew McIntyre went up against CM Punk before he got hurt, killed him. When we talk about Cody Rhodes, killed him.
Can I make one
Seth Rollins,
I want to make one statement about Drew McIntyre. Let's be real here. Since he turned heel, his promos have gotten much better.
Yes.
As a babyface,
he
his promos
sucked.
They were fine as a babyface. They were fine. But it wasn't like you believed every word he said. Well, you don't hear me? No, my bad. Is that not for nothing? You didn't believe half the stuff Drew McIntyre was saying as a babyface. He would tell you stories, but then talk about how they kill you with a sword, that type of thing. I mean,
here's my thing.
With Joe, he comes off as
when
a
we
legit
talk
badass.
about bar spitters,
yeah,
even Swerve when he said, "Yo, Samoa Joe, you gonna be on the fucking announcer's table rocking a poncho." That's a bar.
That's a good line.
Yeah.
That's a bar. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Drew McIntyre has
and
proven.
You saw Joe's face where he said, "He goes, oh, you motherfucker."
Samoa Joe, Drew McIntyre, and Roman Reigns. That's the top 3 right now.
All right.
That's fair.
Okay.
Fair.
Right now.
So,
Very fair. Very fair.
When it comes to guys saying a line to get at people, I mean, with Roman Reigns, the theory thing, when Vince got outed, and Roman responded with,
Daddy's not
here anymore.
Yeah.
No.
That
Go
turned
more
into
recent.
an instant shirt.
What about that Seth Rollins pop?
why are we on WWE right now?
We talking Universal.
Triple threat AEW World Title. Joe is a savage on the mic. Is Swerve a babyface? Coming out of the same segment because I feel like Swerve is now being positioned as a babyface.
Careful.
And how
Here's what I think.
He turned the baby.
I think it's a double turn.
Yeah.
And I think that Swerve is going to lose his juice by being a face.
Okay.
I do believe Paige is overall a great talent where it doesn't matter if he's face or heel, because if you root for Paige, you're going to take what you get.
Yeah.
But I think Swerve needs to remain a heel. And I think that right there, minus Joe, is in nomination. I'm not saying it is, but it's in nomination to be the feud of the year.
But then if Swerve wins clean, if he doesn't do anything to keep the heel heat, if he doesn't do anything to keep the heel heat, you're saying he should remain a heel or he's going to lose that edge, right? The moment the fans start liking you and you start doing shit for the fans, you start doing face-like shit where you're winning clean,
that's going
to contribute to losing his edge.
That's why I don't look at LA Knight the same way. I loved LA Knight as a heel. The minute he turned face, I felt like he turned into someone who was
he keeps
pandering.
going back to WWE, and then it's.
I'm sorry, but
we're not. He's not. He still hasn't like engulfed the wrestling yet. Like, he keeps going back to the.
Hey, O'Shea Jackson. This is exactly what we're talking about with O'Shea Jackson.
But it's okay. But it's all right. It's all right. But Mark is on the AEW run. So what you got?
Is Swerve a babyface?
Yeah, the fans want him to be a babyface, and that's what it is, and that's it.
So is Hangman the new heel in this feud?
Yes, because
that was heel tactics.
Yes, everything is a heel tactics now, and is it by design? Possibly, but at the end of the day, with AEW, no one gives a fuck if Swerve is heel or face. They want him to win.
They want him to win.
Yeah, that's it.
I do.
That doesn't matter.
Okay, Young Bucks, and I know we spoke about this last episode where we talked about them stepping into their character change, but it seems like week after week they're getting way more comfortable with the character. They're seeming way more
EVP.
douchey.
Love it.
Them walking around the back gave me nostalgic vibes where they were looking for Sting, just calling his name throughout the entire episode. You talk about stories not being consistent. They were able to keep this episode consistent. I'm not excited. I don't have like my boxers in a bunch for this episode here. I just thought that the one day that I did tune into AEW and watched it fully, this was a solid episode that was consistent. It kept my attention.
Let me ask you a question that'll help you absorb this. Do you care who wins that tag match tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, it's because Sting has to go out
on his back. I'm wondering if they're gonna do some.
But he retires and vacates the title.
Yes.
I don't need Sting to win.
Listen,
because it's not believable. He's 65 years old.
But that's what I'm saying.
Listen,
doesn't that help the Young Bucks as far as like them being the heels in this situation?
No. All right. This is what I'm saying. Him retiring and going out on his back is protocol. That's what it is. How you do it is different because Young Bucks lined themselves purposely just so they could be the greatest tag team in the world to be in this match.
They're top 3.
They really didn't have to do this. There's other tags. FTR could have been in this match, and it made more. I'm going to tell you why. Because where they're having the match at, and FTR with their style and where they came from, it makes better sense for them to be in that match. But the Young Bucks are egotistical maniacs, and they want to be part of that match so that I gotta hold on. And this is what they lined up for themselves. It has nothing to do with the storyline. It has to do with them.
You saying that it's taking away from the credibility that the Young Bucks have. And I don't like that. FTR can replace the Young Bucks in this scenario? No,
yes. What do you, hold on. Are you saying that like FTR is less than the Young Bucks?
Yes. Pound for pound, yes.
Are you crazy?
Pound for pound, yes.
Are you crazy?
I don't rate FTR on the same level as Young Bucks. If I'm watching a Young Bucks versus FTR match, I'm thinking the Young Bucks are going to pull that off. Whether it's heel tactics or straight up clean pin, I'm banking on the Young Bucks walking away with the W.
That's wild.
I'm sorry.
That's wild.
FTR to me is not a bad tag team. I don't think that they're terrible. I'm just saying, if we're putting them up against one another,
you're bugging. You're bugging. They are literally, arguably, the best tag team in the world.
Needs to be capitalized. Arguably needs to be capitalized because when it comes to now we're talking.
Did he just say it needs to be capitalized?
Arguably needs to be capitalized because when we're talking about entertainment value, FTR doesn't give me that. The Young Bucks do.
That's not what they're supposed to give.
They're not, but it's an extra element that provides when I'm watching a 2-hour program from an unknown source. Remember, I'm a WWE loyalist. I know what FTR is capable of doing in the ring. But when I watch the Young Bucks, I know that they're talented, yes.
So FTR is not talented?
I'm not saying they're not.
You the type of nigga that get caught up on ads and shit, right?
No,
you buy products.
No.
You buy products.
So you telling me
you buy products off a 15-second ad.
Wait. So
you click the link.
Wait.
You don't skip.
So you telling me the night that Sting and RB won the titles, and the Young Bucks came to the ring and beat the holy fuck out of them.
RB?
Is that what Darby? Sorry. Hey, listen, look, I'm a WWE loyalist. I'm not apologetic about that. Listen, so when they came to the ring and
wait, hold on. I'm going to ask you something.
What's up?
FTR.
Yes.
You're a WWE loyalist.
Yes.
Right? You watched NXT too, right?
Yes.
Did you watch them as they were the revival?
Yes. I know who they are.
Did you love them?
I thought they were cool. Yeah.
You know what it is? And right. I think I understand this. Their appearance is boring. Their appearance.
It's not about the appearance.
Them in ring, once they turn it on, it's like, what's Midas's tag team partner name with the wolf shit on his head?
No.
Huh? Jay Lion.
Let me ask you this.
Once he step in the ring, I don't give a fuck.
Before you digest into that, let me ask you this. Who do you want to see lose more as a heel?
Who do I want to see lose more as a heel?
As a heel. Do you want to see the Young Bucks lose or do you want to see FTR lose as a heel?
I want to see FTR lose as a heel because FTR...
More than the Young Bucks.
Young Bucks are natural faces in reality. If we're looking at... No, I'm not talking about their douchebag shit. I'm talking about the moves that they pull off. The way that they look. Their likability. They're more
Tony
relatable.
Khan driver?
Listen to what I'm saying, bro. I'm not talking about their story. I'm not talking about their story. I'm talking about their presentation, what they present. They're likable. They wear Jordan 1s. This is what... They are relatable. They are relevant right now. And the moveset that they do, high flying, super kick, all the cool shit, that's what they do. FTR in 2024 will be a natural heel. So I would hate them more because
not only that, because pure wrestling.
That's what I'm saying. They
and
bring,
you love pure
it's
wrestling.
Like FTR is like the tag team of what Gunther is.
Exactly.
Right? The Imperium should take after how FTR present themselves because they'll be more successful.
Why do we go back to WWE anyway?
Because I have to make a point for the WWE loyalists. This is the point that I have to make.
Here's my thing, right? The Young Bucks were a part of...
I would hate FTR more, is my point. Go ahead.
The Young Bucks were a part of...
If they did it right, FTR
the Bullet Club. They were part of the Elite. They have a long tenure as being heels versus FTR. Not saying that FTR were more of a face, but I've seen enough to say that if we're basing it off of heels, hold on, wait. If we're basing it off of heels, because objectively, the heels are supposed to be the ones that we want to see lose the most. I don't care if FTR loses.
They're not heels right now in their current run.
But even when they were, I didn't care for them to lose as much as I cared for the Young Bucks to lose, because there's a certain arrogance on camera, backstage, that the Young Bucks have that the FTR don't. And that's why I say pound for pound.
You're right.
That's what makes you being a great heel. That's what I'm saying. As far as their current status.
So you're telling me that right now the Young Bucks are the greatest heel right now?
No, I'm not saying that. If we're saying putting them head to head, I'm choosing the Young Bucks over the FTR as far as being someone that I think is a better heel.
What else do we have for the AEW? Because I'm
Wayne.
Bizarre, bro.
What is Nick Wayne ceiling? And I know he still has the 18-year-old body. Right, but
Nick Wayne has the same ceiling as Darby.
Okay, okay. His confidence in the ring, his ability, he is so professional. He's not even 20 years old.
I don't take any of that away from him. I think he has a lot of upswing. I put him on the early days of Dominic. Going back to WWE.
Don't say Dominic Mysterio.
I had to look up.
Why not?
Do not say Dominic Mysterio, because I think Dominic Mysterio is the future world heavyweight champion.
Well, okay, but I'm saying, upswing wise, I think, I think
his story,
Stop.
Christian's my father, all that stuff.
No, I'm talking wrestling wise. The only thing that hurts me with Nick is that a lot of stuff that he does, we've seen it with a lot of guys before him, like Action Andretti and all that shit. But at the same time,
it's a little different than Andretti.
Yeah,
Andretti name wasn't even something that you would want to say. You're world champion, Action Andretti. No, Nick Wayne is Bruce Wayne. That shit it's easy to say. It's easy to say. Nick, you're champion, Nick Wayne. But it's very easy.
Yeah, I get it.
He's 18 years old. His mom is at ringside with him. They can
he needs to dub that bitch. She gotta go. Like, honestly.
Wow.
You gotta dub her.
I don't know the story, but just seeing the dynamics of this dude is so young and so good, he has to be escorted to the ring with his mom.
Yeah.
That's something that's like, damn.
And
nigga, I was looking at Nick Wayne, I'm like, maybe I should have went to wrestling school. Because this motherfucker's in there at 18.
Yeah, because I
had to look up his height.
You want to fight men and have your mother bring you to the ring. Yeah. Okay.
He's no, this is a real
that's kind of weird, bro.
It's not that
it's like whenever I see when I used to see Dominic carry his dad on his back, I was like, yeah, that's kind of weird, bro.
Yo, leave Dominic out of this.
I mean, kind of weird, bro.
Leave Dominic out of this.
That's kind of weird, bro.
He's a future world heavyweight champion.
If you are 18 years or younger, and he was there before he was 18, correct?
Mommy got to bring you to the ring. Copy.
No, you need a waiver. You need all of that. You need somebody to sign off on you. So it's something that with him being as good as he is, I can see why
she should kiss him on the cheek and give him a carton of milk before.
She's not the main focus of this. Okay. I'm talking about his potential.
No, I get it. But like I said, as a wrestler, he has something. But the shit that I say is that he's doing the same shit that a lot of the guys who's older than him that's doing, and it's fine. He'll make his way.
Red.
I'm cool with that.
Red. Who wins the world title first? Dominic or Nick?
Dominic.
Okay. Then that should tell you that what you're saying right now is somewhat bullshitty.
How?
Because you're saying that Dominic can win the title within a year. It's
two different promotions.
And then nepotism.
Exactly. It's two different promotions.
Wait.
He already his last name is Mysterio.
You think all right, so you're saying that Dominic's only rise to fame is because of nepotism?
I'm not saying that, but look at the story that took him to that super heel shit where we care about him. Look at what took him there. It was him turning on his pops, him doing all the shit for Thanksgiving.
Everybody went, and the only ones who are in the know, just like with the old Shea shit, it's like, Nick Wayne, yeah. Who the fuck is that? So he's going to take some time to get there. He's going to take some time. And it's okay. It's fine. It's fine to do that. He's 18 years old.
Y'all are disrespectful to Dominic Mysterio.
Why? We giving him praise.
Dominic Mysterio
He's the best thing that's going on in WWE right now. He's good money.
I wouldn't say the best, but
why
crowd reaction wise, that's debatable. But the best, clearly. We're not gonna tap into the WWE market, but
okay. So being that y'all so eager to transition out, and we're talking about Dominic Mysterio, what does the split look like with Dominic and Rhea? And I I asked this because I came across some shit on Instagram, and Peter Rosenberg, mentioned that this is his creative idea for Dominic and Rhea breaking up. He mentioned that they go through their little friction, and he's like, "You were never mommy. Mommy's always been here with me." And then you hear, "Excuse me."
Oh no, that's not.
Excuse
that's
me.
not.
Now that won't happen, right?
You gotta stop, bro.
That's just.
I would die laughing.
That would be crazy, right?
God.
So my thought process
Right,
was,
Mike is like, what?
Hell no.
imagine Dominic turning on Rhea with Vicky as the manager, that annoying shit, and Dominic being a douchebag already. Now I said he needs a muscle behind him. He needs somebody who can physically. No, he needs someone who could physically harm Rhea.
Right.
And to your point, that would give someone, a character, a new makeover. We go Vicky, we go Dominic, we go with the mask, Raquel Rodriguez.
Yes, I like that.
Okay.
That
Okay.
I like. That I like.
As the muscle managed by.
That I like.
This is fantasy booking.
Yeah,
But
that I like.
What is the Dominic?
That I like.
You see how I incorporated
that I like.
Okay.
Bro, I'm letting they get this shit off.
So where do you see the Dominic?
You want me to respond to that?
You don't like Raquel Rodriguez returning
I
under
think
a mask
we
and
gotta,
being a heel?
Listen, Red, as producer of this segment, we got to keep tabs of the most ridiculous shit
That
that's
means
ever
a lot.
been said on this podcast. I nominate that to be number one.
That was good, right?
Ain't no fuck. Y'all done? Y'all done? Listen,
I like it.
listen.
I think it's a great idea. I wouldn't be mad if
Are
I
y'all
saw
fucking
that on
kidding
TV.
me? Are y'all kidding me? Y'all gotta stop, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Listen,
Listen, like,
here's how.
Before you continue, the reason why I said it's because she's dealing with the MCAS, right? You put her on the lucha mask. You make her a fucking. You don't even have to have her out there as a wrestler like that way, but she's the muscle. And at the same time,
Y'all do know.
Wait, hold on. There's also talk that her real poppy, I'm talking about Rhea's real poppy, Buddy Murphy, might be coming back to WWE. So.
I'd rather y'all go that route.
Well,
I'd rather that storyline to say like, hey, listen, you put Dominic and Buddy Murphy in a match that gets Buddy
Well, that's
over.
later down the line, but
Do it that way
not
versus
mad at what
having
he said,
fucking
though.
Raquel
Yeah, I'm
Rodriguez
not mad at
come in
that
with a
idea.
fucking mask. Are you kidding me? Bro, listen.
wait. You
let
don't
me
like
see
her
what you-
under a mask?
No.
Why?
Okay, proceed. Go ahead.
Listen, first of all, Raquel Rodriguez is in a weird space where they want to push her so much as a face, but she appeals better as a heel. That's number one. If she comes off as a heel, we'd believe her power moves. We'd believe everything she presents when she walks down the ring. As a face, it just ain't hitting because we got Bianca Belair. We got Jade Cargill on deck. We got the Becky Lynches of the world. We got Bayley. Her as a face, it doesn't really serve much of a purpose because it's just like, you ain't really
But
going
we're
up.
saying turn
Hold
her
on.
heel.
You ain't going up against no real credible sources. You going up against the B tier, the C tier. Who has she fought that has legitimately made her seem like she's a credible source the same way that Bianca Belair had that same rise? Nobody. She's fighting fucking Liv Morgan. She's fighting not necessarily Liv Morgan herself, but she's teaming up with Liv Morgan.
Is he talking about Rhea or
Raquel Rodriguez.
No.
Hold on. She hasn't really, as a face, gone up against anybody that made her use her absolute strength compared to the Bianca Belairs of the world. Even when Rhea Ripley as a heel, she had credible matches that made her say, oh shit, she's out here kicking ass. Raquel Rodriguez can't be put in a situation as a face where she's legitimately kicking
But
ass.
no one said she
No
would
one
be.
said she would be.
But here's what I'm saying. If you're talking about now where she's paired up in a fucking mask to go up against Rhea Ripley, unless you're doing a double turn, which I think is completely stupid.
No.
Hold on.
No. Listen to me. You know what the mask is about?
Dominic Mysterio hates the mask because of his father.
No. That's not about that. What we're talking about with the mask is because she's dealing with a skin situation.
Bro. And to put her with Dominic Mysterio, who's anti-mask.
You know what?
No. It's not about not listening. You're not listening to the fact as to why there was a rumored match of Mask versus here. Dominic Mysterio.
Hold on. He's not even here.
No.
You're way beyond that.
Listen. You're not getting my point. Dominic Mysterio is anti-mask. Dominic Mysterio currently is anti-mask.
Nobody knows that though. Who knows that?
He hates his father. There was a moment in time where he would.
Which will make everything.
There was a moment in time
because.
Hold on, let me finish. There was a moment in time where he would walk to the ring with the fingers holding the mask in his face, in his hands.
All right, you know what? I gotta school you after this later on about this, but because we gotta move on because you're not understanding what it is. So what's the next one?
Didn't Dominic come out WrestleMania with a
mask?
And what did he do with that mask? He ripped it to shreds.
We're being too literal here, right?
Yeah.
You said she's not. Let me respond to what you're saying. You said she's not believable as a face, right? The one thing that would make her interesting is if you put her in a feud. She don't necessarily got to win. You put her in a feud, a complete character change. She's dealing with all this shit that's breaking out all over her body and on her face and shit,
and all that, yeah.
right? So me saying that she throws a mask on was taking Red's suggestion that he said from his most recent episode of Turnbuckle Tabloid. Embrace it. So with them being Latinos, right? Bringing in Vicky Guerrero
and being fucking gimmicks.
He would technically, but he says Eddie is my real father, right? So he would technically be the son of Vicky Guerrero, right? Or the stepson.
I can't believe it.
This is fantasy booking. So how do you say
what he's not gonna get
fantasy? This is not realistic. This is fantasy.
Bro, turn off your brain for a second, bro. Just turn off the brain for like 2 seconds, and it'll all make sense.
That's not realistic, bro.
That's fun.
We're not saying it.
We're not saying it is. We're saying what would be cool. How do you see the Rhea Dominic breakup happening?
He can still do it. I'm down with the whole Raquel Rodriguez aspect.
We gotta move on because he's.
Hold on, wait, no.
He's gonna be.
Hold on. We can still do the Raquel Rodriguez aspect. Just don't give her a fucking mask. She's still Hispanic.
Oh my God, you're not even getting the understanding.
No, wait, time out, Red. Time out. You can still. He can call her new mommy. He can call her. He can call her whatever. He can call her mamacita.
You know what? You're right. Whatever you want to call it.
Hold on. But when you talk about implementing a mask,
I'm gonna edit this shit because the reason why that came up was because of something that was brought up earlier that was cool. You're just not taking it, which is fine. Next up, what you got?
Y'all are losing this. Listen, come on now. We talking about.
All right, fine. She doesn't have the mask. Next up.
Okay.
What we
Jesus.
Finish your point.
Nah, next up.
Oh my God.
Next up.
Show's off the rails.
Got off the rails, guys.
Okay, so
What's going on?
are we saving Rock for the end?
We can say the Rock.
Oh, you have it? Well, what you have?
Yeah, save that for the end.
You got CM Punk potential at WrestleMania.
You want to leave with that?
Yeah.
CM Punk.
So I do believe that CM Punk wants to be majorly, heavily involved into WrestleMania 40.
Been saying that for the longest.
I think what the door that's available to him is him participating as a special guest referee in the Rollins McIntyre match. You know what I mean? I think that is a beautiful way to incorporate him outside of him being a host of WrestleMania. And, you know, I think back on, I can't remember I think it was the Rock versus Triple H where they had that Iron Man match where Shawn Michaels was the, but Shawn Michaels didn't really necessarily hate The Rock as much. But could you imagine CM Punk having to referee the match of his two biggest ops?
I agree. I feel like either way, he'd have to swallow his pride. It's crazy that you say that because that was just on my mind. Like either way, like that's a match he'd have to really be like, all right,
but would you be satisfied if he became a host where he's commentating the match?
I was about to say no, but then I thought about it for a second.
I think the only solution now is because they teased it, you have to go that way.
You
have to make him the special
you got to
guest
make him the
referee.
special guest referee.
That's the only way.
That'll really make it a match worth watching. Honestly,
truth be told, you have two oppositions who naturally hate each other, but they also hate the referee involved.
right? And your referees are op too, so it's like, wow.
So I think I can't think of any other refreshing way that keeps him involved per se and keeps the storyline progressing without, clearly he wouldn't be medically cleared to do anything much other than to count the 3. But I think that would be such an intriguing element from the standpoint of saying like, yo, I hate this motherfucker over here and I hate this motherfucker over here. So I really don't care who wins, but
So your fantasy booking brain does work.
listen, my fantasy brain booking works in the sense of where I'm not going to put fucking Raquel Rodriguez in a match. I think that's fucking ridiculous. You're turning Raquel Rodriguez into a fucking luchador? Stop it, bro.
You don't
Stop it, bro.
She's like,
sorry. Stop it,
like
bro.
I said, when the mics go off, I'll explain it to you. But at the
Bro.
same time, the only way that I would see that they would put CM Punk as a special
I
guest
love
referee,
that idea, though.
as a special guest referee is because they want to promote WWE 2K24 as they have the special guest referee as
True.
a new
That's
thing
a
there.
solid business move for real. Yeah.
That's the only thing. But the only way, the other way is that I would see that he was on commentary, and he's going to be on commentary one way or another anyway. But to put him as the special guest the referee, I'm okay with that. I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
You got Drew, hater of the year.
Hater of the year, undoubtedly.
I'm not gonna lie. We got Drew, Adam Page. Who's my third hater of the year? See, I want to say Seth Rollins because I feel like he's hating from a different perspective. Like nobody really gives a fuck about the WHC, and depending on his next few weeks. Like, he's trying to present himself as a babyface, but I look at him as a fucking heel. I'm sorry. Like, if I'm a workhorse champion, if I'm somebody that's anti-Roman Reigns, if I'm somebody that's, like, strictly saying, yo, this is the title that everybody should give a fuck about, that's the perfect opportunity for me to present myself as the hater of the year. Screw Cody Rhodes and be like, yo, fuck that. You ain't want to fight me, so you win nothing.
Wholeheartedly agree.
You win nothing now. Now you walk away and you reset your whole damn story. By the way, I hate the word story at this point.
I agree.
But hater of the year, I got to throw The Rock in that conversation because my boy just put out a 21-minute rant. a 21-minute rant.
Are we holding
We not gonna, that's a later topic, but as far as hater of the year, we talking strictly hater of the year. Drew, Rock, Page. Drew, Rock, Page. Hater of the year nominees.
AJ Styles?
Yeah, that nigga flew to a fucking Australia.
Yo, he flew to Aussie to just volley.
He flew to
to be
Australia.
spiteful.
Sure.
Can I put my hater of the year?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hater of the year is the fucking Young Bucks, bro. On some real shit.
Okay.
Just because we argued about that shit for the last 20 minutes beforehand, that's fucking haters of the year. Y'all just sit there and y'all just want to, y'all want to put your names and shit because you knew that Sting wasn't going to have a retirement match. So why not put them into that mix so they could get the tag titles? Fuck out of here. That's haters of the year.
What?
We're not doing it. We're not doing it.
I was just gonna ask what actual hate have they, like, when I say hater of the year, like, I think of, I prayed for this and it happened. I think of, yo, like, all right, I'm gonna fake an injury and when shit is sweet, I'm gonna knock you over your head with a fucking crutch.
Oh, wait. Gage? With Adam Page?
Adam Page,
cool.
Drew McIntyre,
That was cool.
The Rock dropping a 21-minute video saying, "Yo, listen, I am your boss, and if I feel
that's
like it,
cool. That's
I done
okay.
blurred the
That's
line where
cool.
I can take your title from
That's
you."
Dog, he said, "I will stop at nothing to make sure you don't win." That is super hater.
That's cool. That's okay. That's all right.
Young Bucks, they haters, but they not.
Nah. When you know the backstory and the history of how the fuck they are, yeah, it's some hating shit right there. Because there's a lot of tag teams, especially, like I said before, with FTR, who are from that fucking area, who are from that fucking, that kind of style of wrestling, the WCW, the NWA, that kind of area of fucking wrestling, which they should have given him the proper retirement match that they would give him. Young Bucks sit there and said,
"Wait, who?
FTR."
So you think FTR should have been the ones to retire Sting?
Once again, yes.
Whoa.
FTR once again they want to get that tag title just so they can be like, "Oh, look at us, we're the most prestigious tag team of all time."
You mean the Young Bucks?
Excuse me, Young Bucks.
Yes.
Yeah,
You mean the
the
Young
most prestigious tag team of all time. Fuck off. They set themselves up for that. But who else? Who else we have?
Hater of the year?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my vote goes to Drew.
Red got to be nominated for hater of the year
The
too.
GTM go to Mania was crazy. That tweet was wild.
Which one?
The one where he said GTM go to Mania. Like, that was
Drew McIntyre. I'm saying,
He won. That was pure, like, unadulterated.
He woke up and said, "Yo, fuck this
yeah,
nigga."
he woke up and I really feels like he wakes up to spite CM Punk, and that's just pure hater.
Yeah.
I think he had a video of him in the gym where he did something with his
Playing
shoulder. He
dreams
said,
and
"Oh,
nightmares."
see, yeah."
I used to pray for times like this to rhyme like.
And I was like, "Yo, Drew, you are on a tear right now, bro."
And you know
like,
why
what did
that's
he
so
do to you?
meaningful? Because it's happening in Philly, and he's playing Meek Mill.
Yes,
He's playing Meek Mill.
He's playing
In the gym.
elite hate.
Yeah.
Just pure hate. He's my hater of the year. I'm sorry. Drew, he got it.
Very thoughtful
like
wrestling.
everything I've seen from him, it's made me laugh. It's made me be like, yo, he's really like that's hater shit. Like, damn,
the
Drew,
best part
like you
about
my
it-
man, but you wildin' right now.
The best part about it is they position Drew in a position where he's literally telling the truth.
Yeah.
Like,
And you can't be
he
mad.
hasn't fabricated anything throughout his spew, even with the CM Punk shit, because there are motherfuckers who hate CM
Even
Punk.
when he told the cameraman, "Don't look up his kilt, you perv."
There you go. Yo, when he did that sit down, no. You gotta understand.
Because the camera's dead ass
When
on that
he
angle.
did that sit down on some CM Punk shit, I clapped. And I'm a CM Punk fan.
Me too.
I clapped. I was like, yo, that's authentic hate.
Yeah.
That's authentic hate. This is why it makes sense to have CM Punk as the special guest referee, because Rollins is doing the same thing on his own end, and Drew McIntyre is doing it on his end. So now you got a motherfucker who y'all both dislike is going to determine the outcome of the match.
Right.
Cinema, bro.
Yeah.
Cinema.
And as the guest referee, you gotta crown a champion.
You gotta
And
put your pride aside.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta put your pride aside and crown a nigga you don't like as champion.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Maybe he gets cleared by that time.
Enjoys the match.
And joins the match.
Maybe he plays it down the middle, and then after the match he hit him with a boom, and this is the next storyline.
I want to see
Okay,
Seth
I can
Seth
see
Rollins.
that. Like
I
I can
would
see
win.
I can see a scenario where
I
Drew
feel like-
wins,
Yeah.
and they capitalize off that, and they build the CM Punk storyline with Drew for
sure.
Because
Let
like
Drew
you've been
win.
talking all this shit while I was gone. Like, what's up now? I'm here.
Let
You know what I'm
Drew
saying?
win. Let
I
Drew
think I think the best choice is to let Drew win, and yeah.
Nah, definitely let Drew win. Let him have that moment. There's no need.
He deserves it.
There's
He
no
deserves
need for
it.
Seth Rollins to still have that belt.
Unless you cashing in Monday night.
Right, that too.
I mean, I cannot see Damian Priest as the world heavyweight champion at this moment. And maybe
have
that's
him losing that backlash.
I don't care.
So what?
where
This
it's
is
at.
a failed cash in on Backlash, is what you're saying?
I don't know. I just don't know. I don't need him to cash in right away.
No,
I don't need
no
I don't
right
need-
away
Let's talk
cash-ins.
about that. Let's talk about that.
I think he should cash in that Money in the Bank, if anything.
the night of Money in the Bank?
Yes,
That's interesting.
very right.
That's if the timeline is not if they don't run out of time.
On who?
I think Drew should have a match that night if he wins the title at WrestleMania. If he wins the title at WrestleMania, he should carry it until Money in the Bank. And then whoever he faces that night, depending on the storyline and how it goes, he drops it or wins it because it doesn't matter because Damien's cashing in that
think
night.
The contract forces him into a title match at Money in the Bank?
But I think Money in the Bank takes place a little over a year after he already won the briefcase. So
I think it happens in July, if I'm not mistaken. July or June.
Is it a 365-day contract,
Yes.
or is it like Money in the Bank to Money in the Bank?
It's
1 year.
It's 1 year from the day.
From the day.
Okay.
So pretty
All
much
right.
like he has up until I believe they're gonna paint it up until the next Money in the Bank contract because you don't want to have 2 Money in the Bank contracts.
Right, exactly.
Does that kind of force him into being in the main event of a world title match?
Maybe.
And then
he
who does he go after? Does he go
Right.
after Roman? Because if he goes after Roman, he's not gonna win.
He's not gonna win.
But
yeah.
if he goes after Drew, it's kind of like
maybe
he goes after Cody.
Maybe he goes after
Maybe
Cody.
he goes after Cody, right? And The Rock said he's going to make sure that he does everything in his power to
You think
make sure
Cody's
that he
gonna
does-
win the world heavyweight title from now until June?
We can get to that. I know that you are fanning out. But just a couple more house cleaning on the recaps.
Let's do it.
Jade Cargill's deal.
At first, I thought that she was going to face Bianca, but I haven't seen anything that hints towards that. Here's my thing with Jade Cargill, right? I think they're booking her the way that I would book her. I ain't got nothing real substantial to give her. I'm not about to throw her out there with just any and everybody because she's a main attraction.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to throw her out there on her first match with Bianca Belair because it kind of like, I don't want to say it takes away from her, but it's like you could save the Bianca Belair till SummerSlam if you're gonna go that route.
That's a Mania match.
But she
in my
hasn't had
personal
enough
opinion.
TV time for it to feel like that. If you're a wrestling purist, you think that. But if you're a WWE loyalist, you're like, well, who the fuck is this girl?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
she
they
had
gave
that
us-
one Royal Rumble spot, but did she do much to impress you in the Royal Rumble?
I mean, no, but if you make that point, we also got Omos versus Brock Lesnar, and they did nothing to build that feud. So I think Jade,
Omos is not Jade Cargill.
I think Jade,
Omos is not Jade Cargill.
no, he's not, which is why I'm saying that if they can do Omos Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, they can do.
So
Jade
who takes the
Cargill,
pin? Because Bianca's been promoting her undefeated streak
which I think is too early because with Taker they ain't even start promoting the undefeated streak
until like double digits.
Yeah.
Until Randy Orton, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the 1 year they started really pushing the streak.
So
with Jade, I'm gonna tell you right this: she doesn't need a singles WrestleMania match. In fact, what they should do is the Mae Young Battle Royal and let her win it.
Nah.
Wait a minute. I'll tell you why. Because she's not ring ready. She's not ring ready.
She's not WWE ring ready.
Yeah, she's not WWE ring ready. So let her get that. Let her get that boost.
But can I ask you, what does that technically mean? Because for someone to go however long she went in AEW without catching a pinfall, what the fuck are they really trying to protect her from?
Because she can't take and understand what the moves are. She can't. She's not retaining it. AEW is different. WWE has a different style. If you look at them, they have a different style.
Yes.
So she's not retaining how to get that style, which is fine. You can use her right now as for that one moment. And if they do the women's battle royal for Mania, where they do like the Mae Young Classic, whatever the case may be, she can win it and make her. You could still pull her over. You could still put her over. She still has to get into that mix.
I think
She
that
has to. Do you believe? Have you ever watched her wrestle?
Who, Jade?
Yeah.
Yes, I
Do you
have.
think? Do you think she's good?
Here's my thing with Jade.
Oh, okay.
Here's my
when,
thing.
when
No, no, no.
you said that, it's terrible.
No. Here's my thing with Jade, right? She's enigma in the sense of they haven't had a woman wrestler come into the company with as much cachet as she has. Normally, all the other women wrestlers they have usually gone, with the exception of Asuka. They usually go through and even Asuka went through NXT to kind of like build that cachet to say, yo, I ain't nothing to fuck
Wait a
with.
minute, hold on. You are comparing Jade Cargill.
No, I'm not.
As a brand.
No,
He said as a
no,
brand,
I'm not. What I'm saying is that we've never had.
You can't even do that either.
Hold on, wait. Hear me out. What I'm saying is we've never had a signee come in with as much buzz or attention since Asuka. And Asuka's been the only one that's kind of come into the company where they've skyrocketed to the point where she's a main eventer. When you hold her off TV, I don't think it makes sense to announce her that she's within the company.
Okay, and this is why I'm going to tell you your comparison is off. Because, first of all, Asuka comes in. She knows how to fucking wrestle. She came in as a wrestler.
But you saying that makes it seem like Jade Cargill doesn't know how to wrestle.
No, she doesn't. We've seen it.
You think she doesn't know how to wrestle? You think she doesn't know how to wrestle?
Name one Jade Cargill match that you could ever say was like a great.
I'm not an
wrestling
AEW watcher, so
then
I can't really say that.
Then you know what? I'll give you the time to look it up.
But here's the thing, though.
It's not. She's not.
No. Here's the thing, though.
They signed her for a name. They signed her for the look. They signed her because she draws attention, which is fine. But there is. Give me a sec. There is potential for her. There is potential for her. And that's what they signed her for.
That's my point.
Right.
Why not dump her in NXT?
But you can't compare her with Asuka. There's no such thing.
The reason why I compare her to Asuka is because there's never been someone who's come in from an outside source that wasn't homegrown with as much attention as her. The only other person is Asuka. Because when Asuka signed, it didn't matter if she went straight to NXT or the main roster. You knew who Asuka was.
Kairi Sane.
Kairi Sane didn't have as much attention as...
Because I didn't care. Me personally, I know the internet wrestling community, they know who Kairi Sane was.
Not the same.
To Reem's point, with Asuka, there was energy around Asuka.
No, there really wasn't, because it was the same time. Nobody knew who the fuck Asuka was either. No one knew that.
From the streak and all that shit.
No one knew that. Nobody knew that. No one knew that. But no one knew who the fuck Asuka was.
But that's my point. That's my point, because they let her cook in NXT to the point where it's just like she never got pinned in NXT. The same way Jade never got pinned in AEW. She got pinned once, maybe.
Asuka is a fucking pro. It's different. She's a pro.
But here's my thing with that. How far...
She got her ass beat by dudes.
Hold on.
She's a pro.
Hold on. How far off from what you've seen from Jade in AEW is Asuka from when she came to NXT? How far off is that? That's a real question.
Miles away.
I disagree.
Yeah, I don't think
miles away.
Jade Cargill.
You can't compare her to Asuka
as a wrestler. I would as a wrestler, you cannot.
Here's my thing. I would have had Jade doing squash matches on NXT and have her tiptoeing between, SmackDown and Raw.
I think her name is too big. She's easily recognizable.
But that's my point where I mentioned Asuka, where it's like, excuse me, you saw Asuka in New Pro. Sorry, I want to get it right. New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah,
you knew who she was coming in. You knew she wasn't nothing to fuck with. I saw Jade take one pinfall from her entire wrestling career. So you knew
from AEW.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, bro.
That's hilarious.
It doesn't matter,
that's
bro.
Hilarious.
There's still credibility.
It's not though. It's really if that's
not. Oh wait. Hold on, wait. You saying that means that Cody Rhodes should never ever beat Roman Reigns.
What?
No, that's a valid point. That's a valid point because
explain that.
Because the only reason why we know Jade Cargill and signed her as a wrestler is because even though she had the WWE deal on the table before, this image that she created was in AEW.
Thank you.
Her beautiful wigs, and I've been told you this, right? A year and some change ago. Hold on.
She took
a year
pinfall.
and some change ago, I said her image looks better than any women in WWE. She
fact.
looks like an actual black woman in a club,
So
and WWE
now
women
you're
look
comparing
like
Cody Rhodes' wrestling ability.
that's not. You're being too technical. What he's saying is, if you're going off the merit that you said,
which is.
AEW, you just said, literally, you can run this back. AEW is not a credible source for you to say that Jade Cargill knows how to do what she's doing.
You ever watch Cody in New Japan?
Yes, I did.
You ever watch Cody in the Indies? You ever watch Cody in TNA and Impact? You
not TNA and Impact.
All right, then there's no
But what I'm saying is,
there's no credibility.
No.
You can't equate that.
Hold on.
You can't equate that.
Hold on.
Cody has been in the business,
what world heavyweight title has he won?
to what the fuck
What
Jade is
world
doing.
heavyweight title has he won?
Name any fucking title.
He hasn't won a world heavyweight title. But,
just because.
but Jade's credibility, Jade's credibility is that she hasn't taken a pin in at least a year.
Let's put something to the side. All right. Let's put the facade away. Do you know that wrestling just gives titles to people just to think that?
Understandable.
All right.
But
Why would you even fucking equate that to anything? That means
the
nothing.
credibility that she...
It means nothing.
Hold on.
The title is just a paperweight.
All right.
For
the title.
company.
Fuck the title. The credibility that she garnered in AEW was enough for...
You ever seen any Jade spot?
Hold on. Listen. You gotta let me finish. You gotta let me finish. You gotta let me finish.
How many matches you saw on Jade?
You gotta let me finish.
How many matches you saw
I've
with
seen
Jade?
2.
How many? 2? She
You
did
gotta let me
51.
finish. Hold
She
on.
did 51 and you saw 2.
You gotta
Cut
let
it.
me finish. You gotta let me
Match
finish.
over. Next up.
You gotta let me
Next
finish.
up.
You gotta let me
We're
finish.
not gonna have this conversation. You saw 2.
No, hold on.
You can't let me finish. Why you don't let me finish?
No.
Let him make his
You
point.
saw 2 out of 51.
I'm not
she
the
had title
masses.
defense.
I'm not the guy that signed her.
All right.
They signed her off of the strength of the fucking valuable that she had at AEW.
She's a good
She
look,
went
and that's what it was.
undefeated with the TBS
Oh
title.
my God, it's not.
Why you not let me finish?
Did
Why you
she
not let me
really
finish?
win him? They fucking made her win.
But that's the point. Why?
There's nothing that is the point of. She lost fucking ratings every time she fucking was on TV.
That's cap.
All right,
That's cap because
prove it to me. I would show
I'll
you.
prove
She
it to
lost
you.
ratings.
I'll prove it to you. But
How? You only saw 2 matches
You gonna
she
let me
was
talk?
on.
Can I talk?
Okay.
I want to talk. I want to talk 2 minutes uninterrupted.
Okay.
Okay. So the reason why she was such a big deal signing to WWE is because of all the shit that she's accomplished in the competitors' arena. Regardless if you look at it, however you look at it, they signed her to however they signed her because of all that she's accomplished in AEW. You can look at it as, oh, it's just strictly booking. You can look at it as she didn't have no real competition. The fact remains is, it's the same way I looked at Goldberg. When in WCW, when he was fighting those fat, sloppy janitors, or until he got to at least the 100 mark when he started actually fighting some real competition, it was the fact that he was presented as an undefeatable force. Jade right now is presented as an undefeatable force because she only took 1 pinfall in 2 fucking years. So with that, it's hard for the internet to ignore the fact that she's currently under the WWE umbrella. That's why they keep teasing her. That's why they keep showcasing her as, oh, even just this past Friday, they showed her looking at all 4 members of Damage Control to say, hey, what's up? No real interaction. There's a reason why they're doing that, because of how she has garnered that presentation to say, yo, I'm not about to just go out there and get pinned by anybody. That's the reason why the dream match between her and Bianca is such a garnered thing, because they look at them as someone that's almost equal tier. Can you tell me the last time that Bianca Belair has been pinned?
Elimination Chamber.
By who?
Liv Morgan.
And what did it take for her to get pinned?
A roll up.
By what? No. Don't see you selling her short.
No. I'm not. I'm answering.
Yeah,
your
I
question.
know it was a roll up, but there was a lot that was leading to that. But prior to the Elimination Chamber, where else has she got pinned clean, straight up?
No. He's answering your question. He just
What other time has she got pinned?
No, but he just answered.
There was a lot that led to that roll up.
Okay, whatever.
What other time has she got actually pinned by someone?
She hasn't.
That's my point. That's why the dream match.
Oh, by the way,
is,
she lost titles. She did lose a title. Oh man, as
Who?
a matter of fact,
Who you talking
Bianca.
about?
Didn't she lose a title because she had a belt before?
There was some foul play in there though.
She got
right?
pinned, but regardless, she got pinned, right? So
listen, but my point is, I'm not saying that people can't get pinned.
Wasn't it?
Hold on, listen. Can I finish? Jade got pinned.
You said 2 minutes, so go ahead.
Jade got pinned for the TBS title as well. I'm not saying they can't get pinned, but the allure of saying, yo, this is a motherfucker who's at the top of the mountain, the top of the game.
Yeah. I'm with Reem on this one. I'm with Reem on this one.
I'm not going to debate it because
we're not just talking. We're not talking wrestling ability, in ring ability.
It's a presentation that comes with it. So now when we say Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair, we're not talking about some regular Raw match. We're talking that as a WrestleMania match.
It ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
The only reason why I don't think it should happen is because she hasn't gotten enough TV time to validate that.
Because she can't work.
Well, once again, actually, she went through a death of her mother, and that's why she was off of TV and spent some time away from WWE. So they're ushering her back in. I'm not saying it's going to be against Bianca. It may be.
I do believe
Nia.
she has a WrestleMania moment. She might fight Nia Jax 1-on-1 straight up.
Maybe. Let's keep it moving. Gunther's tag team direction for Mania. I think they're slowly moving away from R-Truth and Miz because I think they want more of a valuable match taking place. And once again, what Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne has done in the tag team division, having Truth and Miz win, I never looked at them as a real tag team back then. So to have this overcome your bullies situation take place at WrestleMania, I'm not really for it. I want to see them open up the tag team division more and see how they can play around with it. I don't want a predictable, Truth and Miz is going to win the tag team titles. I do want something unpredictable. I do want multiple tag teams in the picture for WrestleMania.
Here's what I will say. I'm not going to shit on Miz and Truth because they did go up against The Rock and Cena. And for them to present it like that, Truth is over like any other superstar right now. Arguably the top guy right now because of the crowd reactions. Maybe Cody might top him. He's the only one that's like above him. But we want Truth chance is a real fucking thing. And I think that because the amount of work that Truth has put into the company, I think they're gonna give it to him as a bone to say, all right, you won a legitimate title. Take that. But with that, I do believe that they're going to split the titles. I think it discredits what the Judgment Day has done because they technically haven't been pinned or they haven't been in a situation where it's controversial enough for them to take away the title sense from them. But if we're talking about feel-good stories, which WrestleMania is kind of like relative to, they aim for the feel-good stories to kind of like culminate, the long journey of the years past. Mm-hmm. I think from that perspective, you give Truth his moment because he's been such a loyalist and such a veteran for what they've asked. Like anything that they've asked of, you can kind of like, you can rely on Truth for. But I do think with that, who takes the pin in that? Do you let Finn take the pin in that? Do you let Mr. Money in the Bank take the pin in that? That's my only drawback from that. Because it's like, now you're kind of like, who covers that? Who takes the pin? Who garners the pin? Like, what is that scenario? Do you let R-Truth pin Damian Priest? Do you let The Miz pin Damian Priest?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's more credible tag teams in the division who could make for a more exciting match.
So I would rather,
and it would do more for them because I get what you're saying as far as giving Truth a bone and saying, hey, you've been with the company for this long. Here's your title.
Here's your Mania moment.
How long is that title reign going to last?
Backlash.
But it's
because I think they want to pull the trigger on The Miz turning heel again.
Does it even matter who takes the pin though?
It does.
Do you think for that tag title, does it take
the undisputed joints?
Yeah, does it matter?
Honestly, who's the champion right now? I don't remember.
It's
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. It's still Balor and Priest.
Yeah.
It only matters.
Honestly, it don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It only matters.
It don't matter. Yeah,
depending on what they're gonna do afterwards, right? So if they're gonna split Judgment Day right after, there should be some implications into who took the pin.
If Damon takes the pin, you could blame that Finn didn't do anything. If Finn takes the pin, you could blame Damian because it doesn't matter.
Honestly,
it doesn't matter.
For me, it doesn't really matter who takes the pin there. Yeah. It's as long as the belts get off them.
As long as it's like,
I disagree.
It makes because for a good match,
right? As long as I get a good match,
that's all that matters.
Doesn't matter to me.
They want to unify the titles anyway. So
who they're going against as well. If it's Truth and Miz and Truth pins Damian, I guess that's some retribution. Like, okay, this is my one up on you.
But he's Mr. Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
Mr. Money in the Bank. That's not true because Money in the Bank winners always lose right before they cash in. Yeah. They have a losing streak, so there's no you can't make this person look weak. Okay. They always have.
Fair enough.
And just this time last year, the tag titles main evented night 1.
This is a booking that I said it's like you're like overthinking. It's like you don't really. It doesn't matter. The one thing you want to see is that whoever wins is not fucking Judgment Day. That's it.
I don't know if I want to see Truth and Miz
as tag champs.
Not only as I don't.
You don't want to see the awesome Truth again?
Nah, I don't want to see them as tag champs, and I don't want to see. I don't want to see them introduce new tag team title belts on Miz and Truth. I don't want to see that.
That I understand.
So I want it to be a moment for whoever wins. An actual tag team who comes out color coordinated.
Wholeheartedly agree.
You know, so
Pretty Deadly.
It's shit. I'll be okay with that.
I think Pretty Deadly is the only team where I would be invested in to say, yo, they're a legit tag team and they can carry the division for at least 3 months.
So you haven't been watching Pete Dunne and Tyler Bates matches?
I like them, but are there enough heels for them to carry a lengthy 6-month reign?
What about? I mean, they bought.
There is none in WWE. They still building.
That's why I'm anti them winning because
Mark, you would say like the tag team division is like kind of iffy,
putrid. Yeah,
sometimes it is, and then sometimes I'm like, damn, why is this team not here? Why is this team not there?
Yeah, right.
But they put random people together and outshine the tag teams that actually exist there. Like we bought AOP back for what? To be in a feud that's not for the tag team titles. To be in a feud with fucking Bobby Lashley who paints his eyebrows on and can't fucking speak.
I want to inject. The AOP Street Profits thing is to legitimize AOP for future feuds.
Well, that's
because we know a Street Profits to be top 5 tag teams all across.
Right.
So if you're going toe to toe with the Street Profits, whether you win or lose, you walk away from that feud saying, well, they were just going neck and neck with the Street Profits. So ultimately, you're saying to yourself, okay, these are somebody that has been toe to toe with so-and-so. So they should have some legitimacy to kind of somewhat compete for the overall prize.
Yeah.
So that's why I say for me, I think AOP is doing a good job competing with somebody who you look at as someone as pound for pound title contenders.
Nah, it's really not interesting. And
no, listen, hold on. So I'm asking this. Wait.
We don't gotta get into
straight question.
AOP.
No, straight question. When you look at a Street Profits versus Judgment Day match at a PLE, are you seeing here that the Street Profits are jobbing?
No.
That's what I'm saying. So now if you put them in a program where you're in a program with someone who isn't as TV friendly, that rub gives them somewhat of a legitimacy to say like, okay, well, when they decide to take that next step, we've seen them in the past compete with them.
Why does it have to come at the expense of the Street Profits? It don't have to. This was also a team that, but they're not established. Like they haven't reached their peak as a tag team. Personally, there was one more level that they could have gotten to, and to just have them like, okay, we're gonna give the rub. I don't know.
The Street Profits have been successful
they in the bathroom
enough.
break faction for me. I ain't.
Wow, that's crazy.
Are we gonna leading up to that?
Not yet. You still got some shit to cover.
They've been successful enough to say that they're credible in a sense where if an up and coming tag team beats them, it elevates them in a sense.
AOP's not up and coming. They've been there before Street Profits.
But what I'm saying is like, you can't just throw AOP in a program with the tag team champions. You got to build them up to the sense where they have some type of like, oh, well, they beat this guy. If they're on their resume to say that they beat the Street Profits, you kind of look at them slightly different. It might not be majorly different, but it's a slight difference to say like, hey, they got some credibility to them.
For any other tag team, that makes sense. They're AOP. Have you seen them? These
I haven't seen them
motherfuckers
since
look
the
like they
Thunderdome.
out there in Ukraine.
I haven't seen them since.
They look like they in Ukraine.
But let's be real.
Building them. They could come in right now and
They
beat
haven't
Priest and
been on
Balor.
WWE television since the Thunderdome, bro.
Did you see the reaction when they returned? Even when old
They
dude,
haven't been on WWE television since the Thunderdome.
when the old dude returned. When El Freya or whatever the fuck the dictator nigga name is. When he returned, the reaction was like it probably was, who's that nigga? He looked familiar, but I know we remember him from somewhere. It wasn't like they completely forgot about AOP. So I don't know. But where we at? We at Gunther's direction for Mania. That's all up in the air.
I say for the IC title, who do you think he should face at Mania for the IC title?
Who should he face for the IC title? I don't know.
I'm looking at it's two people. It's either Sami Zayn
or Gable.
Okay, I like Sami Zayn.
I would love Gable, but Gable's gonna get
Chad Gable.
Yeah, Gable's gonna get a baby face or maybe after.
Okay,
but because of who will pull out the win at Mania, and if it's not gonna be Gable, or Sami Zayn, I would see a returning
Ricochet, maybe?
No,
Sheamus.
hell no. Fuck no. No. Are you crazy? No.
Yes, I am.
No, he's a fucking producer. Put that nigga backstage with Jason Jordan.
Fair enough.
Fuck no. Not
No
Ricochet.
IC
Hell
title.
no.
I said a returning Sheamus. Maybe.
Okay.
I'm with you with the Sheamus, but it's like we got 5 more weeks now, so
Yeah.
it's like where we at with it?
Does he need that belt?
We're
though?
talking about the one that should
Sheamus needs it
dethrone.
because he
he
needs
never
it,
won
so
it.
he has
He's
to.
never won it, right?
Listen,
Yeah, he needs
Okay. He's never had a mid-card belt
If it
ever.
isn't Jey Uso,
Okay.
Not the
or
IC
if it
title.
isn't Big
Okay.
E, I don't see nobody dethroning Gunther. I'm sorry.
Deep throat and Gutner?
Dethroning him.
Dethroning. Sorry, I had a little burp in my throat. Pause. But in all seriousness, like Gunther has put himself in a position where it's like, unless you're talking about someone like a Braun Breaker, who I believe by the rate that he's going, it's probably going to happen at SummerSlam where he beats him clean. Because from now until SummerSlam, you're building Braun Breaker's main roster credibility versus his NXT credibility.
Yeah.
You give him enough matches on the main roster television where it's like, oh shit, this is somebody that can go pound for pound with Gunther.
Braun is not gonna get that big push until after
Not right
Mania.
now.
Not right now. So
But we got 5 weeks left to Mania.
yeah.
But
So
here's my thing. If you're talking about...
if they do the Andre the Giant Battle Royal shit, he's gonna win it. So that's fine. He'll get that.
But here's the thing. Off top, we can't name credible wrestlers who can go pound for pound with Gunther. We say Jey Uso because we've seen him somewhat pin
Who's
Roman.
we? I'm not saying Jey Uso.
I'm not even.
You don't think
having
Jey
that
Uso is
No,
incredible?
you're
No,
saying that.
I'm not.
I think he's incredible.
I'm not
How do you feel about Big E? I think if Big E came back in Mania
Big
time,
E had a broken fucking neck, and there's no
and for
way
him
that
to
he's
come
coming
back and beat Gunther,
it's not happening.
Yeah.
As
It's
much
not.
as I
He
would
couldn't
love for
even
that
turn
to
at the
happen,
fucking event.
It's
That's not
happening.
Yeah.
It's not
His career
happening,
might be
bro.
over. Like, we
Name
gotta-
one.
I
But-
think
but
Big
from a-
E's career is over.
from a credible standpoint, I believe that gives it enough cachet
Bro,
for it to make
he's
sense.
Yes,
It's
I
almost like-
agree
it's-
on that.
It's almost
However,
like hold on, wait.
Okay.
It's almost like when you talk about the Roman Reigns discussion, like, all right, we want to mention Cody Rhodes as a valuable name, as a name that can beat Roman Reigns. But outside of that, how many other names can you think of that can say, yo, they can beat Roman
Bro,
Reigns in the middle of the
and
ring?
the storytelling wise for the IC title, like we mentioned, it's either going to be a returning Sheamus
I don't
or
agree with that.
it'll be like Sami Zayn because he's the underdog. That's it. And even if he has the match with Gunther in WrestleMania,
You think
and he
Sammy can beat him straight up?
if he loses, the fans are going to be behind it anyway. They're going to love it.
I'm fine with
They'll
giving
love
him
the
the match, but do you think
Jay and
No.
everybody-
I didn't ask that.
Listen to what I'm telling you. Jay and Jimmy is like the match also for WrestleMania
Cool.
they won.
But do you-
because everybody sat there and they think that it's Jay versus Gunther.
No,
for
it's
the title.
not.
No,
But I
That's
would have loved
the-
to seen Jay versus Jimmy for the IC title. That's another story for another
That's
time.
wild.
But do you think that there's a credible name? Forget everything else. Do you think that there's a credible name where you see them pin Gunther in the middle of the ring?
Yes and no. The only name is Sheamus. But to your point and why you're probably asking the question, for the characters that they've been building, names like a Dominic Mysterio to get them to the next level, to elevate them, right?
I don't even see
Names
Dominic.
like a, but
I don't
I don't see that happening because
You know
it's
I see
two
Dominic.
hills.
I see Dominic in WrestleMania against Cena.
really,
Yeah,
I don't
Cena,
know.
John
I don't want to
Cena.
fantasy book Dominic right now.
really.
but
yeah.
Names
Under
like
what circumstances?
Because he was supposed to have a run with Brock Lesnar, and would it be a better fit to have a match.
I think that was more of just a crowd reaction thing because
Of course it
they
is.
understood who.
Listen, at the end of the day, everything's about. It's not about a belt. Everything is about a match.
But at some point,
if Dominic comes out on Raw tomorrow, whatever the day may be, and he calls out Cena,
I'm there. I'm watching it.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm watching that. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think
Just to watch Dominic get his ass
I
whooped.
think
But yeah.
that's why they gave Dominic the American title because they knew who he pinned to get that garnered enough more attention on him to say, "Fuck him."
Yeah.
Now, I'm not opposed of the Dominic Brock match because clearly anybody with a brain would see that eventually at some point Brock would destroy him. But it would be intriguing enough to say, well, what if he did fucking win? You know what I mean? So from that perspective, I say to myself, well, Gunther versus Dominic, I don't think that's a Mania match. I think that's any other PLE match, but it does pose enough attention to say, well, we know how Dominic get down. It might be enough for him to, I don't think he's going to break the streak, but it's enough to say, hey, what if he fucking does do this?
We'll see, because there's nothing leading to that. What does it got, Mark?
Rock, Roman. Rock dropped the 21.
I'll let y'all talk.
You know what? You
I'll
know
let
what?
y'all talk.
No, you know what? At the end of the day, they're selling me now with the story, and I'm not even going with I'm not going to say that the crowd changed it, whatever the case may be. They're selling me now, and I'm good with it. The only thing that bothered me was the fucking the SmackDown that we had that lasted way too long, and that was it for me. I'm good. Yeah.
Say that again?
I was not happy with the 35-minute opening segment.
I'll let you go.
21-minute promo.
That was outside of the SmackDown.
But that was the introduction.
Oh, you talking about the 21 one?
No, I'm just talking
that
about,
was ridiculous.
I'm talking
even
about Roman,
on
Rock
that
in itself. I like this new space of wrestling that we in, where, and it seemed like The Rock is ushering it in. I'm not sure if he's the only person who
He isn't. Drew McIntyre is doing his thing too.
Drew McIntyre is doing
But
his
playing
thing.
the socials?
But it's
Playing the socials.
playing the
yeah.
socials, being a little bit edgy, and this is my problem with Cody Rhodes in this feud. Cody Rhodes is this close to the bathroom break, right?
I agree.
And the reason why he's that close is because Rock, Roman, they're coming with the edge. They come in with that, we run this shit. Remember when Rock came back and was slaughtering Cena in the promos? You look like a big bowl of
Cena held him own.
Fruity Pebbles.
You
We'll never forget
Can I
it.
finish
Fruity
my
Pebbles.
point? I'm getting to the point.
Let's not discredit Cena though.
Okay,
It wasn't like it was a one-sided thing.
This is the point that I'm about to make.
Let's go.
Rock was killing Cena, right? To the point where Cena, it looked like they were on two different playing fields. When Cena recognized that Rock was writing his promos on his arm, he got edgy and used some shit that was like, this is real life
He
shit.
had no
This
choice.
nigga wrote his promo on his arm.
He had no choice.
Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins have to get in that gutter with The Rock and Roman because they are looking like bitches trying to play the WWE promo game. And The Rock he's blurring the lines, literally, like what he said on IG. We don't know what's true, what's not. There ain't a executive vice president of whatever the fuck
I'm
you want to
TKO.
talk about.
I'm TKO.
There's none of that who can do anything
Fuck what you
about
talking about. I'm TKO.
Name drop.
Right, so
Triple H
when it
said,
comes to
don't matter.
Cody's-
He name dropped motherfuckers from Netflix.
When it comes to Cody Rhodes promos and his responses to The Rock, it's so collegiate level. It's like college. Like he's a college wrestler.
Who?
Cody, who's
Okay.
You left for 6 years to come back and do what? Have all this respect for people? You literally created the competition and you're still moving around timid. His next promo gotta be some shit where he step out of this suit, he loosen up that tie, turn into some real edgy shit because I can't keep going with this UCLA promo that he brings to the table. We get it. People like you because of your story, your dad, and all this other
Not
shit.
his story.
No,
It's his dad's story.
It's not his dad's story. I don't want to discredit what he's done.
It's his
He
dad's
spent
story.
6 years outside of WWE, building a name for himself, and then
didn't win a world
also
title.
built the competition.
He didn't win the world title.
Yes, he did. He
didn't win the world title. He didn't win the world
What
title.
is Cody's accolades outside of
He
WWE?
did not win a world title.
I'm not having this.
I think
He's not a
He
TNA
did
world
not
champion.
win
United
a world
States
title.
champion.
I'm not having this
He did not win a
AEW,
world title.
Was it TBS or TNT?
I'm not having a.
He did not
TBS
win
for
a
sure.
world
I know
title.
that.
Wikipedia.
NWA was a United States champion.
You want me to look it up now? He did not win a world title.
I don't think he's won a
NWA
world
champion?
title. No, I think
Dusty
NWA was United
He's completing
States.
Dusty's story. He's not completing his own. That's not his, the story that everybody's glamoring about. It's not his own. It's his father's.
Okay, so what's the problem with that though?
Because he's taking attention away from the fact that it's like they're presenting it as if like it's Cody's story when in reality he's doing it for his father. He's doing it on
And what the fuck is wrong with that?
Hold on.
Why
hold
is
on.
that a problem?
It's not a problem. But when we talking about business and we talking about marketing from the standpoint, like, yo, listen, I went to WrestleMania last year before they even booked any matches because I thought that was going to be the Mania where I saw Rock and Roman. And instead I got Cody versus Roman. This year, I'm getting a repeat of that when I literally thought that it was going to be Rock versus Roman. And because of whatever it is that fans feel, here's my thing on that, right? Let's just call a spade a spade. Which is the biggest story? Rock versus Roman or Cody versus Roman?
You want my opinion on it?
No.
Okay.
What I want is a legitimate response to the fact that someone got a shot at it, and now you're saying it's fair for someone else to get a second chance at it.
But
What?
this is the
Because let's just call it what it is. This is a repeat of last year. There's nothing spectacular about it. The only thing that makes a difference is The Rock is implemented into this. It's the same old, yo, I got to finish my story because when he came back to WWE, he said it on his first night. I'm coming back to finish what? My story. And the story was he wants to win the title that his father never rightfully won. It's not like he said to himself, yo, you know what story is more appealing? CM Punk actually headlining a WrestleMania. Whether he wins or not at that match, that's a more appealing story because he legitimately got fired behind that. That was his only true WrestleMania. That was his only true WWE goal, was to headline WrestleMania. Whether he went in as a champion, whether he won the title, that is a more compelling story. The more compelling story is Drew McIntyre getting the crowd reaction that he rightfully deserves. Drew McIntyre getting the crowd reaction that he rightfully deserves. Because let's be honest, he beat Brock Lesnar in less than 3 minutes. In less than 3 minutes. You mean to tell me if a crowd was there to witness that wouldn't have been the biggest Mania moment in recent memory?
if a crowd was there to witness that, Brock Lesnar wasn't losing in 3 minutes.
Okay, so now when you look at it and you say Drew McIntyre won the World Heavyweight title or the WWE title, do we look at it as saying like, oh, he did that shit, or we look at it as, well, he did that shit during the pandemic?
I get your point, right? Especially from an impatient wrestling fan.
I'm not impatient.
Long
I'm a
term-
Roman Reigns fan.
When Cody first came back, if you were reading and you know, I don't encourage wrestling fans to do this because I like the mystique of it. But if you were on the websites, the story was for this to be a longer than 1 year story. This was supposed to be a 2 year story.
Cody
this
doesn't
is not,
win it
This is not
unless
something.
it's at the Garden. I don't want to see him winning that Mania. I want to see him winning at the Garden. That's the true story.
Why?
Because that's where Dusty won it.
But there's no
allegedly.
money. There's no money there.
Yeah.
But ultimately,
There's no
Hold
money there.
on. If you let him lose at Mania,
There's no money winning it at the Garden.
if you let
There's
him
no money
lose,
there.
if you let him lose at Mania last year, what is the payoff for him doing it a year later?
It's WrestleMania 40. It's
Okay.
a milestone WrestleMania.
Every milestone happens
shit.
at WrestleMania. They always say that the last WrestleMania is going to be bigger than the next. I mean,
they say that.
Vice versa, sorry.
They say that,
Yeah,
but
but
what
this is
happened
like
at
the
WrestleMania?
40th anniversary of WrestleMania.
And what-
They even changed it. They don't even say WrestleMania 40 anymore. They say WrestleMania XL.
They brought back the Roman numerals for this
they say
WrestleMania,
XL.
bro. It's XL, dog.
I'm sorry.
And then on top of that,
It's not his story.
The last, I mean, the last WrestleMania that was memorable.
Was he a main eventer before he left?
Who? You can't hold
Was
that.
he a main eventer before he left?
Was he
That's the story. What the fuck? That's the story.
It's a simple question. Was he a main eventer
left
before he
without
left?
being a main eventer and came
came
back,
back one.
as a fucking main eventer.
Drew McIntyre wasn't a main eventer before
He won a
came
heavy.
back as a main eventer.
Hold on. Drew McIntyre won a world heavyweight title in a different company before he came.
Where?
TNA.
All right, I'm done. Yo,
Did he
you know
not?
what? You know what?
Did he not?
He wins.
Did he not?
I'm not even having this conversation.
He did he not? What world heavyweight title has Cody won?
You keep saying this. I'm pretty sure Cody became.
He
a
hasn't.
world-
He was on record specifically saying he didn't want to win the world heavyweight title in the AEW because
in
he felt like.
AEW, not everywhere.
All right.
else.
So where else did he go? Did he win the world heavyweight title?
You could take New Japan's title and equate it to any.
Did he win the world
fucking title
heavyweight?
they
Did
had.
he win the world heavyweight New Japan title?
Wow. Okay.
Did
let's
he
move
win
forward.
that?
Let's move forward. What
No. Answer the question. Did he win that?
Let's move forward.
Did he win that?
This is ridiculous.
Come on, Red. Did he win that? You're supposed
This
to be
is
Mr.
ridiculous.
Facts. Did he win that?
This is ridiculous.
You got a computer in front of you. Did he win that?
What titles does Cody Rhodes hold? The outside
IC,
of WWE,
US.
outside of WWE, because you're referencing TNA. Is he not a world title? Is he
He-
not a
no.
world champion outside of that?
No.
What? Why would it even matter? Why does this even matter?
Because he came back to the WWE as some superhuman.
So wouldn't it make the
Can
story
beat Brock
even
Lesnar
better?
with one arm.
Wouldn't it even make it better?
No, because at some point
God,
we have
yo,
to.
Can we? Gotta move on to the show because honestly, this is ridiculous. You on your Cody hate mode on some G shit.
I'm spitting the facts.
You're really not though.
You can't tell me a world heavyweight title that Cody's won.
Why does it even matter?
Did Daniel Bryan win a world title before that?
Yes.
Was it
Where?
a valid? Was it a valid world championship? He had the world heavyweight title, and he was not a heavyweight. So
But he won it.
He won it against.
He
who?
won it.
Was it a valid
It
run?
doesn't matter. He won it. On his resume, he can say that he's a world heavyweight champion.
Why does it even?
So is
fucking
Jinder Mahal.
matter?
I never discredited Jinder Mahal. He's the 50th world heavyweight champion, the WWE champion. Excuse me. I don't want to take anything away from him. So for me, I'm looking at it from a perspective of, well, you went away to do what exactly? The same thing that you were doing over here?
Are you talking about Cody?
You want to know my real?
Cody went and had a. He had a.
He had an incredible run in AEW. He put on
You talking
classic
about
matches.
AEW. You talking about you're not even counting the indies that he fucking
He
demolished.
put on classic matches, but he didn't have the hardware to prove it. At least when AJ Styles came to the WWE and he
What
won
he did the same shit. Nothing.
but
nothing.
But in AJ's defense, he won a world heavyweight title in every company that he's been in.
Where?
He won it in New Japan and he won it in TNA. That's a fact.
So it makes.
So what does that mean to Cody's
So it
story?
discredits him. So
Cody's story is not his.
So it makes him even better that he didn't win a title anywhere else, and now he wants to win a big title in WWE.
But I'm supposed to believe that he's credible enough to beat the longest reigning champion in the last 25 years.
I mean, but hold on, time out. That's not fair because
Come on now.
Roman
Yes.
Reigns' whole
Yes,
makeup-
it does, because it makes the story even fucking better.
It's not his story.
Roman
Honestly, yeah,
Reigns'
it
whole
just
makeup-
bigs him up even more
It's
that
not
he
his
beats
story.
Roman Reigns.
time out.
It's not his story.
So time
Fair
out.
enough.
It's not his story. It's his dad's story.
We could go into a whole wormhole. I guess we'll talk about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Let's go to the.
It's not his story.
What we got?
It's not his story. It's his dad's story.
Wow.
Bathroom break faction.
Wow.
So for those who don't understand what the bathroom break
crazy.
faction is, the bathroom break faction is if you got to take a piss, if you got to go run and get some popcorn or some nacho cheese, these are wrestlers who are currently in the ring or on their way to the ring that you feel like you got to understand that this is the opportunity to get that. I don't have no new entrants. I believe everybody that's been a part of it has been there, rightfully so. We have Kaden and Candace or whatever their name is, the EMD chicks. We have everybody in LWO. I'm trying to remember who else that I put in there.
I'm at a loss of words, honestly.
Let's see. I I fuck with the Final Testament. I was gonna put them in there, but I said, you know what? Maybe because of who they're going up against, it makes them look stale. But I feel like they have potential, so I'm not gonna put them there just yet. I really don't have no new participants. I don't know if you have anybody that you. I'm curious to know where you view Bobby Lashley at this point.
He's still in the bathroom break faction.
That's
I think as long as you put a mic on Bobby Lashley,
That's
he's going to
crazy.
always be in a bathroom break faction. The moment I see him pick up something that looks like a fucking microphone and a WWE logo,
That's
that nigga,
crazy.
I'm going to the bathroom. But I'm throwing Zelina Vega in there.
That's LWO.
Okay.
Remember, I didn't agree to that, but now I'm confirming.
Welcome.
Zelina Vega is in the bathroom break faction. I'm not even going to say the whole LWO, even though I like Legado del Fantasma more than LWO.
Yes.
But Zelina, there's no place for her on the roster, and I fuck with Zelina. Very beautiful. I'm not sure if the beauty blinded my actual judgment with her in-ring skills.
It did for me, but she had to get thrown in there.
Her gear be fire. I love when she come out with the big Puerto Rican
Do you
flag.
think Santos
all that
Escobar
shit.
is credible enough to beat Logan Paul?
Oh, wait, hold on. Zelina Vega is in the bathroom break faction, and the reason why she's there is because
she has no skill set.
It's not that she has no skill set. She shows up on TV at the most random times, like
to throw her slipper.
During the Rey Mysterio segment, when Rey Mysterio returned, right? This was everybody who was on camera. They had something to do with the match. They came, they interfered. Carlito gets the win. Somehow, some way, she just pops up.
She's a part of the gang.
No. They could have created a spot for her to just pop up here. When I saw, I was like, "The fuck did you just do? How did you even get out here?"
See, I wouldn't throw her in there for that.
No, it's not just that. It's like they are finding any opportunity to put her on TV. So when they get to that point, to where it's like, "Oh, we got a couple seconds. Let's go out there." Once they win, you go out there. You can't even escort. You can't even call them out. Hey, we need some help. Reinforcements. You can't even be out there for that time. You just out there once they win. So she's in the bathroom break faction. You're gonna hate me for this. Naomi, enter the store.
Whoa.
Here's your bathroom pass. Here's your bathroom pass. They brought her back to take loss after loss after loss. Hold on.
Okay.
I understand what it means to put somebody over, do the job for somebody, and elevate somebody like a Tiffany Stratton. With the women's division being so stacked in WWE, not saying that they know what to do with them, the women's division is stacked in the WWE, right? Why the hell would you bring Naomi back to pair her with somebody that she's going to be taking L's to within her first month of returning? So with her losing,
taking the L to Tiffany Stratton made sense.
I guess it did.
It made sense.
If you want to say that, cool. But if we just going to be...
And you know I'm a Naomi rider.
You are. But if we're just going to be using her to elevate other people, this is not what I anticipated with you advocating for her. This impact that she's having, the only impact she's having is giving people another step. A step up above her.
She's a credible
ass.
name. She's a credible name.
All right, so she's back to do nothing, to win no titles,
That's cap.
to do nothing.
That's cap.
There ain't no titles going on that woman.
She's going to win that IC title for the women.
What the fuck?
IC title for the women. That needs to
whatever
happen,
that
though,
is.
100%.
She's gonna win that secondary title.
No, but I'm saying
She's
it
gonna
needs
win
to
that
happen,
secondary
though.
title.
Like the
She's gonna
women's
win that
division
secondary
is
title.
great. Like they need like a mid card title. I feel
I agree.
like. No,
I
not at
100%
all.
agree.
They have 2 titles too many, and that's the women's tag team titles. I'm just saying.
2 things.
You ain't wrong, bro.
Two
You ain't right either.
2 things. I get where you're coming from. 2 things. Number one, she came back knowing what she was supposed to do to come back in, because the way that she left, she's gonna take jobber shit. That's one thing. She's gonna be jobbing out. And number 2, she's jobbing out to an up and coming star. So that's good for her. She's good for that. And it's fine. And I get it. Everybody sat there and argued. And the crazy shit was with the big fucking promo that happened, that SmackDown, they actually gave her a 2 commercial break. So they could have squashed that match in fucking 3 minutes, but they gave her 6-7 minutes. So it was a good match.
Listen.
And she put over Trish Stratton. I
Tiffany
get
Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton. And I get what you're saying. But at the same time, you left on some bullshit. You think you're gonna come back?
They wouldn't do it to Mercedes.
Oh, yes, they would.
They would not do that to Mercedes. They would not do that to Mercedes. And Reem,
I think they
with
would.
all the
You know I ain't a Mercedes fan, but I think they would do the same fucking
If they would
thing.
have done it to Mercedes, why the fuck you think they didn't fucking throw all the money at her ass? Because they know she was gonna sell that way. Fuck that. Listen, but you know what?
I think that in their minds, they looked at Bianca Belair and said, "This is our money."
Naomi
so
came
now
back.
we have a credible name to put others over.
Naomi came back and she had a really good match with Stratton. She had a really good match with that. She's solid match. And she had solid matches with the fucking Elimination Chamber. She did a real fucking good run. She's good. She'll be all right. And plus, she's with her husband. She's with the fam.
She's a household
good.
name.
She's good. She'll be all right.
Yeah, that's good.
She's a name. She's a name.
Okay.
At that point,
but how you was turning up for her, she wasn't just a name. It was so disgusting.
No.
To see her take a pin.
Time out.
It was so disgusting.
Wait.
Let me say this real quick. It was so disgusting to see her take a pin and her fucking sneakers still lighting up.
Hold on, I gotta say this. What made it such a big deal was the fact that she went to other companies and won a world championship.
Oh my God, do you not know
So
how
now,
business works?
when you look at that match, going into that match, if you actually have a neutral stance on Naomi, you're looking at that match and saying, well, Tiffany's gonna put out a good showing, but ultimately Naomi's gonna win.
I'm gonna
hold on, wait.
Yeah.
So now, when you're seeing that match play out how it is, even if you want to go by the 2K ratings, Tiffany's a 79. I'm not sure what Naomi is. But ultimately what you're saying to that match is saying like, well, we know the household name. We know who the proverbial favorite is. Naomi's going to get her licks and eventually pull through. But ultimately we saw Tiffany Stratton get the pin with no foul play, with no funny business. What that tells me is that WWE has more faith in Tiffany Stratton based off of that match and the reaction that she had in the Elimination Chamber, that they're going to boost her as high as they can.
And that's why I'm using the toilet bowl cleaner on Naomi.
Let me ask you this. Who are the Yankees of wrestling?
John Cena?
No, promotion-wise.
Cody Rhodes?
Promotion-wise.
What do you mean by promotion-wise?
Who is the Yankees
what promotion?
of wrestling?
Cody Rhodes.
No, what promotion?
What promotion?
Oh, WWE.
Okay. So, WWE being the promotion, right?
Right.
It's the Yankees, right? So,
are we talking old school Yankees or new school? Because I'm a Yankee fan.
Just the Yankees.
Any day Yankees.
Now it's Yankees don't hold that much weight, but I get what you're getting at. Go ahead.
All right. They're the biggest company in the business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you have Nick Nemeth, you have Matt Ryder, Matt Riddle, you have Mustafa Ali, you have even Naomi, Trinity, or Fatu. They went to other promotions, right?
And won world titles.
Right. Why do you think that happens?
Why do you think what happens?
That they win more titles.
Name grab.
Right.
Where did the name come from?
Right.
Well, hold on.
From the E.
But here's my thing. This is why I'm so anti Cody Rhodes. Because Cody Rhodes did not win a world title outside of the E.
He won titles, period. And you know why he didn't
What
win?
title did he win?
He won every fucking New Japan title out there.
He didn't win the
a
world
TNA.
heavyweight title.
But you know why he didn't do that?
He didn't win the world heavyweight
But you
title.
know why he didn't do it? Because he booked himself not to do that. He booked himself that way.
But
Why do you
I'm
think he
supposed
went
to
to
believe-
AEW and
Hold
made
on.
sure that? Wait, listen to me. Why do you think that he went to AEW and booked himself not to be in the world title contention?
Because he was the guy that founded the place.
Get the fuck. You know what? Okay.
Did Jeff Jarrett win the TNA world title?
Yeah, he did.
When did he do it?
The fucking opening of the fucking company.
Oh, that's terrible.
And now, hold on. What did that do to Jeff Jarrett's credibility?
What does that mean? It means nothing. At the same time, look, what I'm telling you is that anybody who leaves the company of WWE, they're going to win a title.
Yeah.
They're going to get it.
They stamped
it
them.
means
Look,
nothing.
We just went to the indie shows, right? Lio Rush got more love in that building than he got in a WWE arena.
That's cap.
How?
It's cap.
Nobody but they had Lio Rush on 205. On fucking 205.
They was hoeing him, bro. They was hoeing him, bro.
Hold on. Lio Rush was never put in a position to
He
be
won the
incredible
North
wrestler.
American title in NXT.
He was never put in the position to be a credible WWE superstar.
Most people who leave the company are like that.
Win a title. They win. It's
Okay.
it's a
Hold
flag.
on. So time out. Bobby Lashley left the company
And won the TNA World title.
and came back and won the WWE title.
Okay, and that what?
Drew McIntyre,
Never won anything else.
he won the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
Exactly, because he was
and
a flagship.
came back and won the WWE Championship.
Okay.
Name a title that Cody Rhodes has won that garners any type of
My
credibility.
God, he's gonna win it at Mania, bro. Like, what the fuck? What are you talking about?
Red, I want you to clip this moment, and I want you to play it every single time I open my mouth, every
Your
time I decide to
anger
do this
is
represent.
ridiculous
This ain't
with
anger.
Cody.
No. This ain't anger.
What else you have? What
We got the
else
Pop
you have?
Culture Rumble.
All right, let's get it.
It's on me?
Yeah.
I'm bringing Red to the ring.
Oh, awesome.
I'm bringing Red to the ring because for some reason he's letting his heart outweigh his mind.
Why would it be my heart? It's because my knowledge of fucking what I know.
You gonna let me finish?
Sure.
Are you sure?
Okay.
Are you sure?
Awesome.
Are you sure?
Do you have to ask permission from?
I haven't got a single thought out past 15 seconds.
That's bullshit, but okay.
Hey, look, everything is recorded.
Let's get ready to suck it.
All I've been saying is
Suck it.
My fault. Okay.
all I've been saying is actual factuals. I get it. I call myself an honorary ooze. I get it. I call myself a Cody Rhodes hater. If there's no Cody Rhodes haters left on this earth, that means I done died. You feel me? Because I look at him as Stardust. I'm sorry. He hasn't done anything outside of the company to make him credible other than the fact that he created the competition. Big whoop. But when we talking about resumes, I cannot put him ahead of Drew McIntyre. I'm sorry. Y'all might not agree with that.
Wait a minute. Wasn't he
There
hating
you go, interrupting
Drew
me.
McIntyre
This is
like
supposed to be my part.
a month ago?
Supposed to be my part. It's supposed to be my part.
You know, you're
Pop
right.
Culture Rumble.
Yeah, you're right.
It's supposed to be my part.
You're right. You're right.
I'm bringing Red to the ring because he deserves a couple stunners.
Oh.
He deserves a pedigree on some thumbtacks because, truthfully, we spitting facts.
Grab his dick and twist it.
Oh my god, dude, this is an MMA fight.
Hey, look, I never interrupted Red when he was speaking.
Nah, but this is part of the show.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying. You finished?
Yeah.
Okay. At least Drew McIntyre went on to other companies and won the big one. When Drew McIntyre came back, it wasn't that far-fetched that he beat Brock Lesnar because he beat the best of the best at that time. So when we talk about credible wrestlers, when we talk about, winning the big one, when we talk about overcoming that odds.
Because I sunned you.
Hey, look, I'm glad everything is being recorded because I'm in the Drew McIntyre space where it's just like, yo, boo me or hate me, I'm spitting the facts. This is why I call him Kilt Chamberlain. Because he's putting up numbers that's been unheard of as far as being a heel. If y'all want to boo me, that's fine. I'll drink all y'all tears on April 8th.
What the fuck was that?
All right.
What the fuck was that?
I swear to you, when Roman Reigns beats Cody Rhodes clean, y'all could play this back. Y'all could say to yourselves, damn. Y'all could say to yourselves, oh shit. I'm telling you, book it. The only way that Cody Rhodes is going to beat Roman Reigns is if it's at the Garden.
Wow.
I don't see him winning any other place. It doesn't make sense for him to win at Mania. That's not his story. The real story, if he wants to claim his father's story, is beating him at the Garden. It could be a live show that's televised on some random Tuesday or random Thursday. I'm with that. As long as he tops Hogan's record, as long as he tops whoever record that's in range, because he's not going to beat Bruno Sammartino.
Yes.
What he's gonna do is trump Hogan, but ultimately, for me to feel like I'm at peace with Roman's reign, no pun intended, is if there's some credible like, here's my thing. I would love to see Cody beat Seth first for the World Heavyweight Championship and then want to unify the Undisputed title by beating him at the Garden. I'd be fine with that. But if you're telling me that Cody Rhodes is going to come back, first off, I didn't like the fact that he beat Brock Lesnar with one fucking arm. I thought that was bullshit. A UFC fucking fighter, he beat with one arm. He beat Seth Rollins with one arm. Like, what are we talking about here? If y'all hate Cena, if y'all hate how Cena was booked for over the years, what is the difference?
So who's in the pop culture rumble?
Red.
Because of these reasons.
Nah, it's a bunch of reasons. I feel like Red needs to be in this ring and get a sledgehammer to the face. Because truth be told, I feel like his stance, he knows I'm right. He just doesn't want it to be a public thing. Point being proven. Point being proven.
Me, I'm in there. Okay, I'm honored by that. What you got?
Matt Riddle.
Oh,
yeah, he wildin'.
Matt Riddle,
he wildin'.
You gotta come down here with no socks, with your booger sugar.
Yeah, he's wildin' with that. He admitted that on.
You just won a title outside. Is it the title? The New Japan Pro?
It's a title.
It's New Japan's world television title.
Television title.
Yeah. A meaningless shit.
I mean, it means something because he won it outside of WWE, right?
Right, because, you know, he's a WWE guy. He deserves it.
Very quick off of entry into life outside of WWE, he wins a title. And during his media rounds, he goes and say,
"Yeah, I did coke."
That he did coke. Like, no bleeping it out. No, he is there a medical term for cocaine? Cocaine.
Yeah, it's called cocaine.
Cocaine. Yeah, it's cocaine.
Cocaine. He just freely talked about how he just went to a party and still sound like he's off the blow.
I think he's more for weed than blow.
I mean, listen.
Whatever he's off.
I didn't even know cocaine was that big these days.
Cocaine is huge, dog.
I didn't know that.
Dog, like
Bro.
the people you think don't do it, do it.
I was torn between his interview, right? I was torn between his interview because I'm like, okay, he's being honest. The journalist asked this question and he told him what it was. But how casual,
just a fact check. The guy asked him, what were you tested for and what did you test positive for?
No, I know.
And he openly admitted it that he got tested.
That's why I said I'm torn because he was asked this question and he answered the question.
You want him to lie?
I don't want him to lie, but certain words just sounds like explicit content, parental advisory, like certain words. I got caught for cocaine in the beginning of the month and the end of the month, and then I got caught for it twice. Again, it's just like you could find a way. Cena would not answer that question.
I actually,
yo, he's ducking that.
I actually felt a slight. Here's what I will say.
I knew it was cocaine, by the way. We all knew it was cocaine.
But his explanation kind of made me look at the WWE not differently. But here's what I will say. If I test you Saturday and then I decide to test you Monday again, is that really a strike against you from the public perception?
Yes, you tested positive.
It's still in my system, bro.
You tested positive for cocaine
on Saturday, and then you tested me again on Tuesday.
No, in the middle of the company saying that you are supposed to be one of their future stars.
He blew it.
Cocaine.
Yeah, he blew it.
That part I get, but I don't agree. Here's where I give him an out because they tested him twice in the same week.
You know what?
This is before I let you go, this is WWE's fault at this, right? For creating this character to be a drug head.
But
that's their role in this shit.
But you know my shit with that is like, I don't even care. You're a fucking wrestler. You're not playing fucking football, basketball. You're not.
I don't even care about the basketballers that do weed and shit like that. I don't give a fuck. As long as you give me my 25, 30 a game like you're supposed to, I don't give a fuck what you do outside of that court.
But did he cheat us?
What makes your
Did he cheat us?
What
Did
makes
Matt Riddle cheat us?
What makes a coke habit? What makes
Did
a coke
Matt
habit?
Riddle? Did we watch a Matt Riddle match and say he didn't give it his all?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What?
Yeah, no, I can't really think of
So
a
that's
match
what I'm
that
saying. I don't
says
really
that.
hold it against them.
I don't hold it
But
against them either.
hold on,
Yeah.
from the standpoint of saying like they tested him on Sunday and then they tested him again on Tuesday, I think that was kind of fouling.
That's bullshit.
But
I think that's kind of fouling.
Because if you
I don't even care. If you on coke, fuck you. I don't give a shit.
Nah. Not.
I think there should be some type.
You're not jacking that. You're not jacking that out.
I'm not asking for leniency, but I'm
whatever
asking.
you do. Do whatever you do.
Yeah,
don't get caught doing whatever you do. You get caught doing whatever you do, working for a corporation.
That's their protocol. I get that. I understand that. But at the same time, it's like, did coke enhance him to lift fucking fucking Braun Strowman over the head?
No, but you are
No.
representing a brand.
But how would we know that?
A corporate,
how would we know
because
that?
they're drug testing you.
But how would I know that you got a fucking white bar across your arm to say I'm a cokehead? I'm about to slam. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Rules are rules. I understand that. I get what y'all getting at, but at the end of the day, it's like, if they tell you not to do something and you get caught doing it.
Wrestling. Who gives a fuck?
You're getting paid millions of dollars to not only wrestle, but also uphold a brand. When it comes to when you start working for other companies, whether you like it or not, you gotta uphold the brand, especially when their predominant audience are kids.
If you told me there's a
So
drug
if
that
this
made
nigga's
you
a
cut a
cokehead-
promo better, I'll be like, yo, fuck that nigga.
There's a certain integrity that they're trying to uphold to stockholders and people outside of the natural
one cares.
norm.
All them niggas is doing coke anyway. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, but nobody's getting caught.
So, for me, I have to say that my shit is comedy, and I'm a big comedy guy, stand up comedy and everything. And shout out to Richard Lewis, who just passed away this past week. A big major figure in the comedy world. And I'm fucking pissed. I'm bringing to the table that black comedy is the fucking worst. Yo, how the fuck you guys are supposed to be tied together and, bring each other up, and everybody is going at each other. Like
nobody likes each other.
Exactly.
It makes no sense.
Like fucking Holcomb and
Yeah, bro.
everybody.
It's insane.
I don't think anybody liked anybody to begin with.
But that's crazy.
Yeah,
You're
you're supposed to be together. Like,
why?
And you guys are really after that fucking Cat
Why?
Williams interview. It's ridiculous. Why?
Yo, dude.
Why? Because at the end of the day, these other comedians of the planned and white persuasion, they always look out for each other. Nowadays,
Red, if you're gonna knock black comedy, you gotta say us. You can't say you guys. you gotta be inclusive in it.
I'll take it a step further. I'll take it a step further. I'll take it a step further. You got to look at it from a standpoint of you got your own platform and your own podcast. You expect everybody else to uplift you?
I don't, but at the same time,
So what's
you
the
don't
difference
fucking
between
sit-
comedy
Did
and-
you
and-
sit there what Corey Holcomb did to motherfucking homeboy at the fucking at his stand up?
Corey Holcomb understands that it's a dog-eat-dog world.
Yeah, exactly. So all black people
Take
so
race
what's-
out of this.
So
Take race out of this.
But at the same time, this is what we're doing. So now we all
Remove
cutting
race
each other.
from this, and I
Okay.
think you'll see it from a different perspective.
I'm not gonna lie. Yo, when I found out that Steve Harvey called up the producers to Ocean's 8
But this is what I'm
about
saying.
Bernie Mac and
This
how
is what
he
I'm
felt
saying.
that he was a better fit and how they
But
should
this is what I'm
give him
saying.
Bernie Mac's role.
That's cap.
That's
No,
not
it's
cap.
not cap. It's not
Bro,
cap at
multiple
all.
yo,
It's not
read
cap at all.
I swear to God, read
I'm
multiple
not
people
saying
have
lose ain't
spoken
cap.
on this.
I'm just like, you really think Steve Harvey would have played a better role than Bernie Mac?
No,
No,
I
no,
don't.
no,
And I think
exactly.
he's
But
crazy
he
for
did
that. And
it's
he
the same
did
thing.
that. The
But
fact
here's-
that you will go out of your way to spite your people. Not even despite somebody you consider a friend. Forget race. Somebody you consider a friend. Somebody you've been on tour with. Kings of Comedy. Hello.
Can I
you
tell
know
y'all?
what I'm saying?
Wait,
for you to go and do that behind his back.
Can I tell y'all something?
It's crazy.
Can I tell y'all?
And then try to celebrate him when he's dead.
I'm gonna tell you.
Wait. Hold on. Before you do that.
No, I'm gonna tell you something.
I gotta tell you a real life story.
I'm gonna tell you something. When I started the podcast with wrestling, right? When I started a wrestling podcast, right? I was doing my shit, right? And I sat there and I was like, yo, I'm doing my business, right? And then I saw other people who came up behind me.
Were they black?
There. It was any race. And they all sat there, right? And I'm gonna tell you, they all came up behind me. And you didn't have a podcast until I did it. You didn't want to do it. And I was like, I had like major episodes where I sat there. I was like, then what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck I'm doing now? And now all of a sudden you want to follow my fucking shit?
It like, does feel like dick riding.
I gotta say something.
I'm cool with that.
Hold on.
After a while, I sat there and I was like, you know what I'm gonna tell you? After a while, I sat there. I was like, you know what? At the end of the day, everybody get their money. But at the same time, you guys are in the world of like rap and hip hop or whatever the case may be, right? Fine. And there's that combativeness or whatever that happens there. Or what
that's just instinctive. If you're a rapper, you just want to be known as the best.
Okay, and that's
that ain't
fine.
Nothing to do
and
with,
you do the same
I'm not.
thing.
If I'm an artist myself, I would never look at Mark and say I like fuck Mark because whatever.
But this is what's happening in the business.
But here's what I will say. I want to share a personal story. Mark, you can attest to this.
Nah, you can't because
no. I'll tell you. Just hear me out.
But you can't. Hold on, wait. It's not what we're talking about.
Listen. Yes, it is. Dysfunctional Date. You know what that is? That's an improv show that I started 2 years ago.
Okay.
Hold on.
No,
Hear me out.
I get you.
Hear me out. You remember when I spoke to you? And I spoke to you on some side shit. And I said, yo, how you feel about niggas who see me doing my thing and they look at me and they say amongst themselves, yo, I can get my shit right. I get my shit better than this nigga. Remember when I had that conversation about you?
And what you do?
Hold on. The thing that fucked me up was because I thought that I was amongst people who I legitimately looked at as friends to the point where they wouldn't care about that.
And what did you do?
I proceeded to do my thing.
Okay.
But at the same time, these were motherfuckers that I relied upon to make my shit elevate to that next level.
Okay.
It wasn't a situation where...
No. What I'm saying is that we are already, when it comes to especially black comedy, we're under a microscope. Everybody in black comedy is like, they check what we're talking about. Even white comedians or whatever the case may be. Anything in comedy in general. It's under a fucking viewership that everybody has to look at to make sure that we are not fucking being the outside of the scope of ridiculousness and all this shit. We gotta make sure you tell jokes that we like.
That's cap.
But now, right now, with black comedians, we're all looking at each other as like, yo, what the fuck? Like, how are we able to fucking sit there to progress when each other we're looking at? Are you working with fucking Tyler Perry? Are you under that motherfucking it's crazy.
If I ain't snaking nobody, if I ain't doing no underhanded shit, I don't give a fuck what a nigga do.
But that's the shit. That's just what it is right now.
And the only thing where it's become prevalent is because there's some truth to what's being highlighted. There's some truth to what's being exposed.
But that's in everything.
Not necessarily. I could look at Mark Bays and say, yo, I know this motherfucker don't give a damn what nobody other artists doing.
Is Mark Bays making six figures?
That's irrelevant to this topic. Because at the end of the day, hold on. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to the craft in which you love. A lot of these motherfuckers.
Somebody's gonna sit there.
A lot of these motherfuckers.
To the level that you got to.
Hold on.
Whatever.
Because
everybody's gonna judge you, and especially your people, your black people.
But then that
are
determines
gonna sit there and judge you on how you. This sitting there judging fucking Kevin Hart.
Hold on. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
How he got there?
Let me ask you this. Are you the only black wrestling podcast that's out there?
No.
So if another motherfucker decides to do what you doing and they black too, are you gonna look at them crazy? Because
never.
That's my point.
But that's me.
That's my point though.
But other people do that, and at the same time, I don't look at that way. But the other on the flip side, this is what we're looking at with like black comedians who like we don't get the same fucking look that everybody else gets.
Because of what we highlight, because of what we pay attention to. I guarantee you, if Cat Williams didn't do what he did, motherfuckers would have never been looking at niggas at a different scope.
They've been saying
What I'm
it for
saying
the
is,
longest.
hold on. But what I'm saying is like, let's not ignore the fact that Cat Williams had validity to what he was saying. Let's not ignore the fact that
Is he arguing my fucking
Is
he arguing what my
what
shit?
I'm trying to point out is
he's arguing my shit, right?
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is my shit. He's arguing my shit. So this was my all right, whatever.
Nah, go ahead. Finish it.
I'm
You're
done.
right.
All right. So who were you bringing? You're bringing.
I said black comedians, man. Like I said, comedians
to the Rumble.
Yeah, that's it. And then you know what? They ain't nothing for me to argue about anymore.
That is our what was that? Episode 5 of
You ain't bring nobody.
I did.
Who you brought?
Matt Riddle.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
So we gonna wait. Shawn, who you bringing to the Rumble? You're a first timer. You understand how this goes. Who are you bringing to the Rumble?
Let's bring in someone who I feel like has been talked about a lot on social media amongst men and women.
Oh boy.
Let's bring in Nicki Minaj, shall we?
Shit. Oh shit! That's a good
Let's
one.
bring in Nicki Minaj. You
Yeah,
know
that's
what
a
I'm
good one.
saying? Like, she's been the topic of social media for as long as I can remember, and I feel like WWE would make big bucks capitalizing on the beef that she currently has with Meg the Stallion. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, that I feel like, you know, and that would bring like a female, you know, perspective to the wrestling industry. I feel like there's not enough female interest in wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Even though there is, but like amongst the casuals, not really.
Yeah, I gotta watch NXT if you're listening, by the way.
Oh, yes, definitely watch NXT. I'm a big NXT supporter. Please watch NXT. They're great. They do phenomenal shows. But yes, Nicki Minaj, bro. Even though she has that weird shit looming over her, this is not the first time WWE has delved into some weird shit.
So who you exactly calling out?
Who am I calling out?
Exactly. You calling out Nicki Minaj or you calling out like I'm kind of confused.
I feel like it should be like, you know how WrestleMania 23 had like a Donald Trump versus Vince McMahon situation? Yo, bro. I feel like I don't know
who's your primary target here?
Who's my primary target here?
Well, what's your primary situation that you're targeting?
Damn, that's a good one. Damn.
Because it seemed like you on to something, but you kind of like letting everybody catching bullet holes, according to Bobby Shmurda.
Who's my primary target here? Now, if we're bringing Nicki Minaj into the fold, I want to say, Mark, help me out.
Who are you mad at?
Who am I mad at?
Who you mad at? That's who you bring into the ring. That's who you.
Who am I mad at?
That's where you want to hit the finishes on. That's who you want to put through the table. That's what I'm
saying. I'm mad at Nicki Minaj.
Why though?
Okay.
Because she's just the fucking weirdo, and then everybody puts her on this pedestal. Like, don't get me wrong, she's a great artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I respect her pen game. But like as a person, she's weird. And I feel like a lot of people, casuals included, would like to see her get put through a table, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that would be good for like society. You know what I'm saying?
Reem is an honorary Us. I'm an honorary Barb. You feel me?
He's an honorary Barb. Oh my God.
I ain't gonna
Like
lie.
I said,
I'm
I
gonna
respect
be an
her
honorary
pen
Bob
game.
too, so I ain't gonna lie.
Her pen game is legit. There's no slander on that. But as a human being, and everybody knows how she is as a human being, I feel like a lot of people would be down to see something like that. And she has the character for it.
So I'm gonna wrap it up and let everybody spit up and say where did you get you? But since you're the first boy here, where did you find you at? What's your socials at, my young boy?
Okay, so my personal is Shawn Shinobi. My design company, nobistudios.png. That's it. I'm not giving him the third page just yet.
I thought it was gonna be more.
No, yeah. I thought about it for a quick second. And I said, nah, not yet.
Mark
That page
Baze, where they
isn't
can
ready.
get you at?
That's MARC_BAZE on IG. And that's also Blur Vision NYC on IG.
That's Mark Biggs. Don't forget the hyphen. You feel me?
And where you at, Reem?
Wrestling Reem. You know what I'm saying? Drop the W because we keeping all of them. RASSLINREEEM.
One more thing.
As in mania.
It's Shawn with a W. SHAWN. And I want to clarify this because I have this fucking problem at Starbucks all the time. SHAWN. Not SCAN. Not SHAUN. SHAWN. Because we don't take L's here. All we got is W's, baby.
All right, bro. We're going to do what we do, and we're going to wrap it up here, and I'm going to holler at you guys in a second. Check you guys in a minute.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Turnbuckle Tabloid.